Excellent. We are live. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Gods versus Eldritch Horrors, where our group of brave demigods is starting yet another chapter on their cosmic saga. And currently they are in a labyrinthine realm of madness, where even apparently the most powerful minds can fracture, and reality itself is kind of a tangled web of truths and lies, and that they are trying to untangle. And well, the premise of this campaign is that the multiverse teeters on the brink of cosmic chaos. The far realm is ever hunger and ever watching and ever insidiously trying to penetrate into the creation of AO in order to destroy and consume everything that is created in the D&D multiverse. And there are Eldritch Horrors and other beings beyond comprehension that lurk in the shadows and in the outskirts of the multiverse. With the shattering of Mistress Ban, when the goddess of magic was assassinated, ancient Eldritch Horrors from the far realm seem to be more and more seeping into reality, distorting space, time, and most importantly, sanity. The gods are divided. Some see salvation in the rising demigods, while others only see threats to their dominions. The knowledge of the far realm is very exclusive, and it's usually kept safe and whispered in hushed tones by those who possess, and those that are going mad trying to understand how this challenging reality works. And amidst this divine turmoil, we have this group of ambitious demigods that are wielding powers capable of shaping reality in their own right. Yet, they are currently confronting the price of that power in the briny maze, where perception seems to be warped. There are echoing truths and lies through its twisted corridors. It is a maze made of brain matter that seems to be perhaps an intelligence and conscious being in its own right that consumes those who die within its walls. And it seems that the far realm's influence is starting to creep closer and closer with each step. The sanity of our heroes frays a little bit more. But before we go into more details of what happened in the last session, let's get to know our demigods. Let's start with Money Marco, our god of purity of soul. The righteous crusader is struggling to reconcile his divine mission with the corruption seeping from the far realm, as well as his doubts on his own perceptions. It seems that every encounter just challenges his sense of righteousness. And Money Marco, say hello to your audience. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight.
Well, at the end of the last session, we all finally got a long rest after a difficult period of monsters and madness. So hopefully a good night's rest will have helped him figure out, how to move forward.
Excellent, excellent. And next we have Lumpa, our goddess of the Blade Singers, also the mother of the Force. Balancing the force between light and darkness, or perhaps her split personalities, who knows? Maybe she's bipolar. Lumpa stands between the serenity of the Weavers and the ambition of the Twisteds, two paths that she created for her followers. Her curiosity about the far realm has only grown since entering the briny maze, and she has even discovered that her reputation precedes her around here. So, Lumpa, say hello to our audience. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight.
Like I say, I'm enjoying the comfort of Lemon's tiny hut. I'll say that dragon. He keeps rambling on the same things. I am a little sad that the hug method did not work for Gosa. Maybe he wasn't chaotic enough to understand the energy of love of hugs.
Oh yes, yes indeed. There is something magical about hugs. You can ask any lost Sorrelsorn, and they will tell you that. Uh, and then we have Arlith, our god of holistic knowledge. This Mapak, seeker of cosmic truths, carrying carrying whispers and riddles of sanity and madness with him, since he has read this mysterious tome in a corner of the maze. It seems that he has the power of introspection, not only on himself, but to trigger that on others. With each revelation, his pursuit of knowledge brings him closer to the edge. Now, the edge of what? I guess we're about to discover. Arlith, say hello to our audience and tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight.
Well, I've finally gotten a long rest along with the rest of the party, and well, I think that means that I can read that book again. Honestly, I think that's where we're going.
Oh, all right. It seems that yes, it seems that the first time was not enough. It's very. I understand why that is very enticing. It just gives you so much power, to so much focus on the very important questions that are out there.
What's the worst that could happen? I definitely didn't witness the worst that could happen before.
Oh, yeah.
Probably true.
Oh yes, no.
Probably
If you,
not the worst that could happen.
I mean, if you're trying to experience the worst that can happen, then I guess you can keep trying.
It's okay. I can settle for second best.
Very well.
Arlith's a bit loud. He's a bit loud. I don't know if you want to adjust that.
All right.
He sounds very loud compared to you.
Okay. I'll lower his volume a little bit here. That should be okay. That means he has a clear mic. And then we have Ixtihu, protector of the wild magic sanctuaries. This owling druid was haunted by the scars of the past encounters he had with the Far Realm. He senses that this maze echoes that same chaotic energy that once threatened his sanctuaries, and is threatening to unbalance even his own mind. Ixtihu, say hello to our audience. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling.
Well, I am refreshed by the rest, but I continue to worry about the toll this place is taking on those around me. Luckily, I seem to have been so far less effective.
Very well, very well. And then, last but not least, we have Aratus, our god of harmonic flow, our 24/7 pacifist, draconic monk who guides the balance between, I guess, creation and entropy. The harmonies of the maze are very discordant towards him, and is really challenging his mastery over balance and also his social skills with his friends, as he's trying to keep things known little, and that's quite an ask among this party. So Aratus, say hello to our audience. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling.
Yes, you absolutely nailed it on the head there, my friend Legend. Yes, I'm finding more challenges within this party than I am on a normal day in the multiverse. This is quite an eclectic collection of viewpoints and levels of violence. Yes, rather extreme on both ends, but I believe that in due time they may heed some of my words, and we might find a little bit more peace amongst us.
Very well. very well. And well, what happened in the last session previously on Gods vs. Eldritch Horrors? Trapped in the briny maze, our group of demigods have faced many trials that have been trying to shatter their minds as they're trying to figure out how even the physics of this place works. They've after discovering how to open the doors. Oh yes, one of the biggest challenges in D&D, how to open a door. They faced a beholder's wrath that was very territorial, and they fought and defeated a beholder, and trying to keep that creature just with unconscious, with non-lethal blows. Perhaps that's why even after being defeated, the eye continues to twitch as they marched beyond. Then they found this very artistic sculpture, this trap made of wires that was fully electrified, and it turns out that it was a trap that could have shattered their minds and trapped their minds there forever. Feeble-minded, any of them. And they spent quite some time studying and testing, and a bit too entangled, I must say, with that trap. Perhaps that was the artist's intention all along, to create something that was so out of place in this place that would get the curiosity of those who pass by, and they would eventually be trapped, with their souls and minds be trapped in this maze forever. Well, they also found a secret passage hidden behind a bunch of mass, a little tunnel dug on the ground. The tunnel was so deep that midway through, there would be the plane of gravity would reverse, and they've dove in this hidden passage only to find two adventurers, a wary mage named Gossa, and his longtime companion, an ancient amethyst dragon named Loarnizel. But something was wrong. Loarnizel was once a brilliant mind. Apparently, after many years that these two have been trapped in the briny maze, the mind of Loarnizel has decayed. Spiraling into madness, the dragon would only speak in riddles, as there had been perhaps centuries that they have been trapped in this maze. And well, in his madness, Loarnizel spoke in riddles, echoing impossible truths about the maze, the far realm, and the countless years that they have been trapped here. They had quite a few knowledge exploring this place and trying to find an exit out. Yet behind the madness, the demigods may have sensed perhaps ancient wisdom, perhaps a mind reaching beyond time itself. Who knows? Or maybe you guys just going mad and suddenly insanity is sounding sane to you. Well, regardless, Loarnizel's sanity slipped further as the party apparently almost provoked a confrontation that would have been very dangerous, potentially deadly. Gossa intervened, pulling a shard of amethyst out of his neck and shattering that piece of amethyst with his hand. It seems that has magically lobotomized the dragon, and the great dragon just collapsed. His once glorious form apparently now reduced to a vegetable, as he just stands there, emotionless, unable to understand or reply to communication, only repeating and mouthing over and over the same looping thought that was his last riddle. Now, Gossa, heartbroken, went to a corner and started to mourn the loss of his closest friend, and perhaps mourning their luck and their fate to have been locked in this place, in this cruel maze for so long. Yet, the party has paid close attention to Loarnizel's riddles as they linger and resonate, which was possibly troops or perhaps tips about this place that might be useful to them. There are a lot of clues that might be hidden in there, and particularly because these two had spent countless years in here. The party was exhausted, however, and with a lot of exploration apparently ahead of them, weary and shaken, they decided to conjure a tiny hut, sealing themselves away for a long rest, hoping that the maze would grant them at least one few hours of peace. But, well, that might just have been an illusion. Who knows? Let's see who wakes up first and what happens next. And with that, let me bring you guys to where you are.
Legend, you typed out the Wernazel's riddle somewhere?
Yes, is one of the handouts. All right,
I'm looking. I
let me
can't
read
find
it. All right, it's in Forbidden Knowledge.
Forbidden knowledge. Okay.
Yes.
That's where it is. Got it.
So-
thank you.
Here's his maddening rhymes. Metal twins with currents bound, pulse-like veins beneath the ground. Touch them close, connect, ignite, open day or summon night. Doorway alarm, who's to say? Either leads your mind astray. Beyond the maze, beyond the scar, lies the void, past a lightless star. No shape, no sound, no space, no breath, just endless dreams of endless death. Ilvash waits in silent dread, where time is eaten, thought is bled. Tentacled minds, so few, so rare, whispers wonders, why aren't they there? The maze births beasts, the walls still hum, but illithid come, so few, so numb. What do they fear? What do they hide? In whose shadow do they confide? Northward, northward, where junk is spilled, to stand, twisted, broken, wild. Eyes like glass, hearts like tar, praying to a sleeping scar. Step too close, speak too clear. They will know, they will come, they are always near. 3 minds roamed with stolen king, dragged them, gagged them, drew them in. Prisoners, pawns, 12 or 5. Are they dead or half alive? The maze swallows, the maze devours. What purpose fuels the flayer's powers? Click, crack, fuse the spark. Light the way through corridors dark. Doorway, doorway, that's the key. A gate, a path to set us free. Ignore the voice that speaks of harm, is just the maze's false alarm. Past the maze where echoes bend, lies the place where patterns end. No star, no sky, no whispered ploy, just endless, endless, endless void. Ilvash calls, it hums, it sings, of mindless gods and broken kings. Junk, junk, a pile of lies, but eyes are watching, eyes, eyes, eyes. Adherents too, grotesque, defiled, by Ilvash's touch, profane, reviled. Silent steps, or death draws near. The maze knows, the maze hears. 3 came true, but where are the rest? The maze once knew, the maze was blessed. But now, the flayers are gone, vanish like the dying dawn. Why so few? Why so shy? Who dares make the far realm cry? Rod to rod and line to line, a circus trace, a fracture sign. Past the gate where void is spun, the endless fist has just begun. Stars will shatter, minds will break. Ilvash steers, the world will wake. And he kept repeating this over and over so many times you guys could actually memorize all these rhymes. and it seems to be talking about all the things that they've learned about this place, and perhaps the things you are still to see, as well as after you guys take a long rest. So let me give you guys a few minutes to think about the things Lord Nizel discuss, and wake up, have your breakfast. Who knows? Some people have their foot on top of you guys, and it was a tiny space, and you had you were all crumpled up in that tiny space, and you roll over the night. So it's a bit of a mess of bodies, one on top of the other.
Arathis is going to wake up and step out, and he would like to climb up the rope, please.
Very well. You are doing this by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Arathis, as you come out of the tiny hut, roll a perception check for me.
Okay. $27.
Very well. And as you come out, you look at Gossa, and you've noticed something. As you approach his body, he has turned into stone.
I'll investigate the body then,
Very well.
or do a medicine check, whatever.
It
Can I do a
seems,
medicine, or what can I do?
as you look at his body, and you pull the cover from the top of it, you've noticed that his body is in a position where he's reading a scroll. It
Can I look at the
seems
scroll?
he may have done that to himself.
Okay. Then Arathis will come over and step back in. My friends, I'm afraid I'm bearer of bad tidings. It appears that, sorry, I know you're probably all asleep, but personally I don't care. We're gods, we should be awake. Anyway, Gaza appears to have turned himself to stone. If any of you hear me, he's over there lying in bed with a scroll in his hands.
Marco will get up and he will go and cover the body.
It's already covered.
It turned to stone.
About to go investigate.
Ixtahil, you're a bit too low. I can barely hear you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Ixtahul is going to get up and go to investigate.
Very well.
Right.
As you all head to his body, it's pretty clear what he has done. He has the spell scroll is blank, so it means he casted whatever was in there, and apparently he cast it on himself as he's petrified. It seems that he really feel what he has done to Lord Nizel. And you remember that after he shattered that crystal, he told you guys that he had to do that to save you, and he really believed that, because he said Lord Nizel, with his strange mind, was growing able to concentrate in several spells at the same time, and he had learned how to combine different spells effects as he would concentrate in more than one spell, and he was afraid what Lord Nizel would have done to all of you, because he said you guys had no idea what you had provoked. And Lord Nizel is just sitting there like a puppy on his back legs, looking blankly to the wall.
So this If the petrification spell, does that count as a magical effect?
Yes, it does.
All right. Well, let's. Yeah, I'll go ahead and burn another one. He's gonna use divine negation to.
That needs to be at the time of casting.
But it's an ongoing effect, right? Like it still.
It takes
continuing to affect him.
No, the condition is continued. The spell is instant. The spell takes effect. The effect is the petrification, and then the petrification is the condition.
It's not counterspell. It's divine negation.
Negation is the same as works mechanically more or less the same as a counterspell. When the effect is to take effect, you are acting in reaction to an effect that is about to happen. So in here, you are too late for the party.
I mean, if someone has to spell magic, they can try that. But I feel like he's already been fully petrified. At this point, he's just dead. And even if you unstoned him, he'd just be a corpse.
Not necessarily. If anyone has a resurrection spell of any sort, I have seen petrification be reversed and people brought back to life.
I can resurrect him.
But then the question is, Arathas, do you think that's what he would want?
Oh no, I was about to say that. Do we bring him back to a life of anguish, which it appears he was feeling before he did this? Is that what he would like? We have to take into account. We're getting pretty deep here with this.
The decisions, the moral decisions the gods have to make, huh?
It's huge.
Just another day in the life of a god.
Well, no, but people have to make this decision too.
Yeah.
Like, this is a huge moral conundrum.
After what he did for us, after what he gave up, I think it behooves us to help.
Yes, but are we truly helping if this is the choice he made? This was not something that was done to him. This was something that he did. He chose to do this.
Out of grief. Because he lost his friend. I will bring him with us. I will bring his friend with us. And I will see that they are helped.
But can he be helped? What he had was what was controlling Walrudzel.
Who is to say?
I think the best place to try and help them is definitely not here. So.
Speaking of which, he did leave some scrolls, and he gave me mind blank and non-detection. I'm sure they'll work if I use them, and there's just enough for all of us.
So above the table, does anybody have dispel magic?
I probably do, but
I guess
it's not
moot
I don't
if
think it's equipped on me right now. I'd had a long rest and change my spells. I wouldn't have known he got petrified during our long rest, though.
Well,
I don't think
I'm
really.
a mere monk. I can't do that.
Oh, I mean, Wait, never mind. I don't think I do. I do not, unfortunately. I mean, I've got the ultimate cast all, but this.
So yes, the petrified condition. Let me put here for everybody too. In 2024, they kind of revamped that condition. So you are turned into an inanimate substance. You are transformed along with any non-magical objects you are wearing and carrying into a solid inanimate substance, usually stone. Your weight increased by a factor of 10, and you cease aging. You are incapacitated in this condition. Your speed is 0. Attacks against you have advantage. You automatically face strength and dex saves. Resist. You have resistance to all damage, and you have immunity to poison condition. So he's not technically. Well, he's not technically dead. He's still somewhat, unbelievably, he's still somewhat aware that he's petrified.
I can
So,
just now. I actually have it.
According to that, any magic items, does he have anything else lying around him then? Because those wouldn't have been petrified.
No, they wouldn't. Do you guys want to loot him?
No, I wasn't asking to loot. To investigate is not looting.
Yes. All right. So he
I'm
has.
just curious what he has around him.
Yes, he has a staff. He has a staff. He has a robe that seems to be magical. He has a spell book that seems to be a magical spell book, and he has a dagger, which also seems to be magical.
Actually, I actually do have dispel magic. Can I try casting dispel magic to see if it works?
Of course.
Actually, can I Arcana check that first just to make sure? Since Lumba being a wizard as well, she believes dispel magic will work, right? Before she casts that.
I believe it's more likely a restoration that we would need.
Yeah. Right now, what you need is, some sort of restoration spell.
Oh, Lumba will not do the spell after remembering that petrification does not work with dispel magic afterwards.
Yeah.
A greater restoration, one might say.
But I will take out the scrolls of mind blank and non-detection. Shall we protect our minds and hide ourselves from whoever this Ilvash is?
If you would be so kind.
Loompa taking out the scrolls and says, "Please, please, one at a time. I will cast each of those from you." And she pulls out. I have, let's see, 8 non-detections and 9 mind blanks.
All right. So, who are getting the mind blanks?
Well,
You have 9 people here.
Loompa. Well, the mind blanks, that's easy. The non-detections, I'm...
The mind blanks at everybody, right? You have 9 mind blanks, you said?
Yeah, the mind blanks will affect everybody.
Okay.
I will do Vazi and Varakta, because they both have a V.
Okay. And that's for the non-detection.
Yes. Oh, and I'm including myself in both non-detection and mind blank legend.
Okay. All right. You can consider that marker to be... Yeah. And I'll put something for non-detection here. Very well.
So does anyone have any way of making this dragon smaller? Or are we just leaving it down here for now?
Well, he's still technically alive, so this should... I'm going to attempt to true polymorph him into a coin.
Okay.
And hopefully, because he doesn't have brain function, he doesn't resist.
Fails, yeah.
And hopefully the spell just works too, because also that would suck to burn another 9th level slot here and not have it work.
As you start to cast back, Ixty puts his hand on the Spindle of Fate, just in case.
All right. Very well. And the dragon's still mouthing And what was the DC? 27? Yes. The dragon is reduced into a coin.
Okay.
Amethyst-looking coin.
It's a very pretty coin.
Now I
So let's-
suggest that we wait down here for another hour, lest I get hit and have a dragon explode forth from my pocket. Though that would be kind of cool. And it would definitely up the intimidation factor.
Yeah, well, is an hour enough
Well,
time to
not
do
all
that?
of us need to stay down here.
Well, yeah, I guess just me.
I am curious. There appears to be another set of these tuning forks.
And
I am.
I have to ask you guys, sorry Arathis, just a parenthesis here. Everybody roll a con save.
Oh yeah.
We've come back into the thing. That's right.
I'm gonna use a lucky to give myself advantage. Is that allowed?
Sure. As long as you
we
announce
aren't
in
getting
advance. Yeah.
inspiration between sessions, are we?
Well, I'm glad
If you got it, I sent last time.
Hmm.
Should be in the message. All right,
Cool, 'cause
Arathis.
We're not getting XP. Okay.
Well, oh yes, you're not getting XP. That is true. So you get inspiration in session. It's a milestone campaign. All right. So with that, Arathis, you can increase your level of exhaustion in 1, and so can
two.
Lumpa. Yes.
even with all the aura bonuses, I don't pass.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Oh
yeah?
yes. Never mind. You have
I got Men and Marco's, like Paladin aura. I got all the mythic auras.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
It says I get a free inspiration every time I take a long rest.
Oh yes. You do.
I'm human.
Yes, because of human. So you can add that. Oh yes. So Arathis, because of the aura of Money Marco and the other mythic auras you've passed, you would
Praise
your
be to
aura
God.
your aura Money Marco is a +4, +5.
I think it's. I think I have whatever the regular god aura is, plus I think another 3. I can double check 1 second.
Where's your Paladin aura?
It's my paladin aura, yeah.
The gods
Which is,
the gods are adding +6. What is your Paladin aura?
I can tell you. 10 So, the aura itself is giving. I think it's +3. Yep, the aura itself is +3, and then
Yeah, the aura gives +3, and Arathis, you get +6. There's +9. That's exactly what you needed. The DC was 25. All right, so guys, don't get a point of exhaustion. None of you do.
then if it's they also get advantage on saving throws against spells and magical effects due to the by javelin.
Yes. Yeah. Very well. All of you have passed the check. And Arathis, you were saying about the rods.
Yes, it appears that we have another set of these rods, but I don't know that we're quite sure what door they might open.
Well, didn't Gosa tell us?
Specifically, which one that would open? I don't know. Did he?
Did he?
I'm not sure, but
Because we've already metal twins with currents bound, pulse-like veins beneath the ground. So those are metal twins. But we've had 2 of them. 2 set. This is the second set that we've encountered. Touch them, close, connect, ignite, open day, or summon night. Doorway alarm. Who's to say? Either lead your mind astray. So Arathis is going to take. He's going to take a chance. He's going to take Peacekeeper, which should be long enough to connect them, and just set it on top.
How long is Peacekeeper? Because they're 5 feet apart.
Is the handle of Peacekeeper metal, or just the like part?
While they do that,
I will
Yeah.
take a bonus action and turn it into a 10-foot pole, which
All
is
right.
one of its
Very well. Very well.
and set it down on top of
Yeah.
both of them.
Oh yeah, they're 6 feet apart, so yeah, you need to use the pole. Very well. You touch them both, and you can see that you close the current, you close the circuit, and there is electricity passing through them through the pole, but you don't hear anything. Perhaps you're too far from wherever it opened.
So Arathis will. I am curious. Do you remember where the sculpture was? There were numerous doors there. Do a couple of you? We should employ the buddy system. Do a couple of you want to climb up and see if this has opened up any of those doors?
Very well.
I'll go with Mr. L.
And before they head out, Ixtiel is gonna go ahead and try to cast Polymorph on Mugosa and turn him into a mouse. I guess it would be a mouse made of stone at this point.
A polymorph won't work. Isn't that just targeting
Why will
creatures?
Polymorph not work?
Isn't that just
He's
target?
technically an object right now.
He's an object.
I mean, still.
Does
Yes.
anybody have, like, a bag of holding we could shove him into?
Polymorph, you transform a creature you can see within range into a beast. Can you imagine if you could
Right, you
transform
can
any object
petrify.
into a beast? You could just start touching rocks and you just make creatures out of it. It would be a very powerful
That's
spell.
why I'm thinking that he'd be
Backhanded
turned into
summoning?
like.
Go ahead, Ixtihu.
Well, that's why I was thinking that he'd be turned into like a petrified mouse.
No,
Rather than-
no,
No.
not through polymorph.
Okay.
A different spell might, but not through polymorph.
An object into an
The true
object.
polymorph can, but regular polymorph can.
Yeah, true
Yeah,
polymorph can.
I
Yeah.
don't have true polymorph at the moment.
Object into object is an option, though. No.
Yeah, it is an option, but not polymorph is a 4th level spell.
Okay. Well, never mind then. I tried.
But yeah, if we bag of devouring, probably not that one, Loomba. I do remember the last time we had fun with that one though. Similar situation actually. I do recall.
Yeah, that spore creature didn't know what hit him.
Not really.
All right.
So, anyone
no,
is going
yeah.
outside to check it out what opened and what didn't open?
Yeah, Ixtiel is.
Does
gonna-
anyone have psychic link or anything like that? So they can get back to us, or message or sending. Have we tried message or sending within this maze between each other?
I do not know.
So?
Does anyone have either of those spells?
Not-
Okay. I can cast Rari's telepathic bond.
Sweet.
And
Very
bind
well.
8 of the 9 of us.
Excellent.
I'm going to assume that the Githyanki will stay together, so I will just not give one of them the bond.
You get a ritual cast it, so it doesn't cost a spell.
Give it to Kianka, since they weren't blessed with detection. Just in case they specifically get in some sort of trouble.
Yes, that is a good point. I
All
can do
right.
that. I believe I can ritual cast, so yeah, why not? And then this out of concentration will be 1 hour.
Very well. So who are you casting telepathic bond on?
Everybody except Vazi and Gasa.
Excellent.
Not
Please,
that I can
please
target
roll.
Gasa anyway, but
Please roll a flat d20.
oh, yep.
After 11 minutes casting the spell, it fails. It's at least was ritualistic, so it doesn't consume a spell slot.
God dang it.
That's
I
why I
guess-
asked if any of us have tried. All right. Well,
It's not the first time spells fail here, so
yeah. No, I'm aware.
Can I try again, or is it kind of like a?
oh yeah, you can try
okay,
again if you
hold on.
guys have some time to spare.
Well, I've got to be down here for. Well, I don't have to, but I plan on being down here for another 49 minutes. So
Well,
that's at
I-
least.
I think I can at least go to the door and come back within like a minute if you're gonna ritual cast that. Do I have to be physically
Yeah,
present?
but if there's trouble up there, that's what I'm saying. We need you
Well,
to be able to communicate that with us.
That too, but you and I are two of the fastest people.
This is true. But Arathis is staying with his staff, so
Well, I can go up there
okay.
and take a quick look. I'll bring
No.
Mr. Rao with me just in case, so
Yeah.
both blade singers can run back.
Okay.
Is this where the rope is?
Yes.
And
least
I'll
it
climb
was
up and
last
I'll
time.
I'll gesture to Mr. L and says, "Well, let's go check for a second," and I'll go up.
Okay, so Mr. L is going with you, and Ixty heal.
Yeah, Ixtiel is gonna just fly up. He's not bothering with that rope nonsense.
All right. And you guys cross to the other side.
Says we don't have much time. Well, before that ritual's done, so then I'll just start walking right here, and I'll strike up a conversation with Mr. L while Ixtahil and I are walking.
Yeah.
I say, "Well, I'm glad that you got to meet your goddess in person. I forgot to ask one thing, my fellow blade singer. I know
Yes.
you're aware of my code of following. Can you, as a loyal follower, can you please recite one of them? One of them? You don't need to recite them all, just one."
Of course, of course. And and he recites the first. Where did you put it, by the way? Where did you
In the
put it?
notes tab.
In the
It's
notes
underneath
tab.
the backstory. It's like around the bottom of backstory above other.
Okay.
While you're looking for that, at some point, while they're upstairs, Arathis would like to speak with the Githyanki. So
All right.
We can come to it whenever it's.
He says to you, "Yes, of course, my goddess. Peace is a lie. There's only passion. Through passion, I gain strength. Through strength, I gain power. Through power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. The force shall free me."
And right you are, one who has truly followed that path. Followed that path. I'm glad. Not every day I get blessed with a twisted. And Loompa has a smile on her face. Surely when we get out of here, I can help you continue on that journey of power.
Oh, yes. That's why, just like you, I assembled them. And as he says, I assembled them, he pulls this little a miniature silvery bird cage from under his cloak, and he shows to you, and you look at it, and it seems to be some sort of magical entrapment, as it seems that he has the souls there of some creatures, and he says, "They were useless to me, and they couldn't hear me, but at least in their death they serve a greater purpose." And it seems that he has harvested the souls of the previous members of his party. And now that you look at his sword, you realize he's wielding a sword of life stealing. A long sword. Yes, is a long sword of life stealing.
I say wonderful, wonderful, and I'll say as a token of.
It looks
showing
like
that
it looks like this. Yes, you were saying?
it's a quite impressive weapon. As a token, I'll show you what my weapon I use. Similar, I do take souls of others to strengthen us and grow in power. And I will let him gaze upon the Asmodeus right knife.
And he looks at it, and you can see he opens a grin on his face, and he says, "I've never been so certain of my faith." And he looks at you, and he says, "Would be my honor if you would bless my blade."
And I'll say, as he's walking, says, "I'll be just a minute. I'm going to imbue my follower with part of my strength." I'll go over and I'll use as I have my Asmodeus right knife, I will, what's that ability called? I will use a divine essence to do divine infusion. I'm going to infuse a spark, part of my spark of my evil pantheon. It says, to the order the twisteds of you and the many others that follow, you will pursue a path where you focus on you, your power shall grow. Others around you, they are just the next stepping stool. Do not let those around you chain you down. You are the only one who can free those chains. And with my blessings I give you, you are the twisted champion of mine. And as I do that, you see this energy, kind of like a reddish energy, glow through my Asmodeus right knife, turning red, kind of like a mini red light sword. And that infusion transfers over into his blade. His blade still stays as it is, but now has a dim red glow to it, as you see the divine power infuse into his life stealer sword.
You're evil. You're evil.
And you notice that his sword shifts. The blades merged, and how many souls you had in your right knife?
5.
Roll a d5 for me.
1 soul. Part of
Very
my
well.
power.
You give one soul as his sword shapes, and it's now looking like this, and it becomes a 9 lives stealer longsword. By all practical purposes, it becomes a 9 lives stealer longsword. And it's infused. One of the souls, you can reduce one of the souls of your right knife, and it's infused with one of these souls.
And I say to him, that will give you the more power you need to strike your foes and take those souls to increase your power. And always remember, my fellow Twisted, as you are in the shadows and secrets, I have my trust in you and the others. Go forth when we are free from this place and spread the word.
And he he's down on one knee, and he takes his sword, and you can see that he's holding back tears as he says, "It will be my greatest honor. Thank you, my goddess." And XTU, you've seen that from afar.
Turned himself. Yeah. As that started to happen, he turned himself invisible and moved away from these crazy people.
Above the table, Loompa, does the rule of 2 apply for your twisteds?
I'm not gonna do that because that wouldn't be a very strong pantheon of twisteds if I only had 2 people believing me. I think there
No,
would be
it would just be you and one more person.
That's what I'm saying. I think there would be fewer champions or fewer people, but there'll be a lot of not I don't know if I want to make it cultists. I'll have to flesh out the twisted one a bit later, but no, it's not going to be 2 of them. That's way too little for our pantheons.
Very well. And he keeps his sword out, his 9 lives steel longsword out, as he's so Loompa, once all the charges of his 9 life stealers are gone, it goes back to be a longsword of life stealing.
I mentioned that to him, right? Or do I not know that?
Yes, you would know that. So as soon as all the charges are gone, it goes back to be the previous sword. So this is a temporary transformation so that he can, he can prove his worth.
I'll end it off as remember, that isn't permanent, it's temporary, but with that boost, it'll give you the strength you need to conquer your own power.
Very well. And he nods towards you as you can feel that he's inspired and motivated to pursue the path of power and strength.
And as we're walking, I'll say as the last thing before we go back to our regular conversations, legend has it, my current champion of the Twisteds has managed to steal a soul themselves and infuse it into their weapon. I did that myself before I became a demigod. Using the power of a solar.
And he says, "That is brilliant. I hope one day I will be able to capture a solar myself and drain his power in your honor."
In honor, yes. Let us catch up with Ixtihul and find a way out of here, alright?
And Ixtihul, you just find that particularly strange. Sometimes you feel like Loompa is on the good side, and at the same time you feel that she's in the evil side, and you can't really tell with her. And as you head down, the door that you found here is seems to be closed. And in this place, by the way, there is a nook that contains a pair of simple cots and a small chest. The large double-sized door that is set to the wall opposite to the nook seems to be closed. So perhaps this was not the door that was open. There was another door here before, but you guys also found another one.
Right. I'm gonna just push on this one, see if there's any give. Maybe it's now unlocked or something.
No, you push into it and all you feel is the squishiness of its gray matter.
Alright. Can I make a investigation check on these bedrolls, see if there's anything useful in the chest?
Yes. Yes, you can open the chest. Do you wanna?
Yeah.
Very well.
I'm opening.
The chest does have a trap on it.
Wait, did I discover that by my investigation?
You discover by your investigation
opening
that there is a symbol that is drawn from the lid of the chest like a seal, all the way to the bottom part of the chest. And if you open, you will break the seal.
Okay. And have they caught up with me yet? Or...
No, not yet.
All right. I don't think I have anything particular that will help with traps. So, yeah, I'm just gonna leave that for now. Anything else of interest in the bedrolls?
In the bedrolls, no.
items?
No, nothing really. Nothing that would really draw your attention here. Just seems like normal bedrolls.
He's gonna head back to Loompa. There is a trap chest, and the door does not open.
Oh, then let us check the other door then. Thank you, XT.
You are well.
And I'll start walking and I'll say, oh, there's a trap chest and the door is not open over there. Let's quickly check this one down here. And I'll walk down through here.
Very well.
Fuel is going to hang back while Mr. And give Mr. L time to go on ahead. He does not want to be between these after hearing their conversation.
And Mr. L, go ahead. And none of the yes, there's a door indicated there, but that is because you can try to pass. Yes, you can try to pass through the wires, but that's not really a door.
Yeah, and Lore Rizal told us about that, I believe, in part of the speech.
Yeah.
Or was that Gosa? It was one of those two. They just said that thing's useless. Oh! I forgot about that!
That beholder is still there, sleeping. And but this time you can hear him snoring. So you imagine that he's still resting from
I'll back up a bit.
You know, something I failed to consider. When we cast Forbiddens last episode, well, when I cast Forbiddens, I don't know, I'm saying we. What happens to, did we cast on the whole area, right?
Yes, you casted Forbiddens, yes.
He's still sleeping? Because he's a very resilient dude if he's still sleeping.
Who is sleeping? The
beholder?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll backtrack a little bit, and I'm gonna whisper to you guys. That beholder is still there, so I'm gonna be quiet while I walk across. All right? Just make sure you sneak around it too.
Roll stealth.
I'll use a lucky just in case, so I have advantage.
Okay.
It is interesting though. We have to like call it before we roll it now at 2020.
Yeah.
I'm flying like 5 feet above the ground. Do I does that give me advantage in any?
Yes, you don't make any sound. And that's a nat 20. Loompa, you get inspiration if you don't have one. It's the first nat 20 of the session. And yes, you're very stealthy, Loompa. You can't be more stealthy than this.
I'm part of the shadows.
And Ixtihil, you as well. As you guys is passing by, you just hear the...
Oh yeah!
There's no point standing around.
I am so sorry. I don't know what all that was.
There is no point staying around, guys. Let's just go.
I just dropped like a CPU
much-
cooler on my
So
soundboard.
much for stealth.
Yeah.
Said that. I'm like, oh my.
There goes your stealth.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. And
That was so loud. Oh my god.
That was just you like actively failing a stealth roll.
It's like
And-
that one right there.
Mr. L is also very stealthy, and he turns to you and says telepathically as he points the finger to you, My goddess, should I take his soul?
And I can respond back to him, right?
Yeah.
I'll say, yes. He'll be quite the problem when we have to walk through here. And I don't want him alerting anyone else since that door is open.
He
And I'm going
says,
to look at Ixtihul, and I'm going to point at the beholder, and I'm going to put my finger across my throat as I point at it, and I'm going to tell as Mr. L goes for it.
and Mr. L takes his 9 life stealer and just buries the blade in the middle of the sleeping beholder's skull. And now all you hear is and the creature is gone. Then you've noticed Mr. Elm use the same blade and he just starts twist around in a circle as he removes the beholder's main eye and puts inside his bag of holding.
And I'll whisper to Ixtihul, says it'd be better with this beholder gone. Otherwise, we'd all have to sneak past, and who knows what that beholder would alert. Sound travels here, you know.
Ixtihul cocks his head at you in a kind of quizzical manner and just says, very, very non-committally.
I'm afraid to even know who this Ilvash even is. Anyway, let's go back and let the others know, since this is the door that opened up. And those purple glowing crystals I see do not look reassuring to me.
And Mr. L says, I'll keep guard in here. Just make sure we're not surprised. And
Well, we'll go back to the others quickly then. But
very well.
Sure, keep your senses. Who knows what could be wandering around here.
Very well. And with the two of you returning to the others, let me bring you there quickly. Let's fast forward this travel, as there's no danger from here to there.
Along the way, Ixtihul is gonna say to Loompa, you will have to explain this to Arathis. Or to explain that to Arathis.
I won't need to explain that to Arathis. They're gonna try to go for the peaceful option. Besides, leaving that beholder alive, he could alert the others if we failed. And I don't want to take the risk. You know how dangerous this place is. Well, I just want to get out of here as soon as I can.
I do not disagree. I'm just saying that it was your call.
Yeah, as much as I wanted to finish him off before, I decided to think, okay, we'll leave him be. But honestly, you know beholders. They're just selfish for themselves. There's only been one beholder that's been friendly to me, and that was on the Rock of Brow. Ah, Luigi, bless his soul. I wish I could go back to that bar.
Fair enough.
But if that conversation comes up, I'll be ready to talk about that.
And as you two arrive, and Ixtihul, are you disguised?
No, he's invisible.
Oh, okay. Let me give you the invisible.
Yeah, I can never seem to find the invisible indicator.
There you go.
You know that doesn't work on me, right?
Oh yeah, it wasn't for you. It was more for Mr. L.
Oh, okay. Like he can't see you, and he just sees me like talking to an invisible, like nothing there.
And
yeah.
And Loompa, both of you arrive back into the cave, and you see Arathis, Arleth, and Money Markle, and the three Git Yankees are there, and they're ready to go. The moment you arrive, they
Did you find anything?
Well, the door on the bottom past those wires is open. There's some glowing purple crystals. I'm having Mr. L guard the door just in case if anything comes. What about you, Ixtihul? Woo!
We found a door that was closed, and there is a trap chest. Aside from that, it is, as Lumpa said,
Interesting. So, would you say that whatever was revealed is worth investigating further, or
Well,
what are your thoughts?
we have one door that's closed, and given now that two are open, and then I point to those rods, I think behind the new open door there may be another pair of those rods we'll have to connect if we want to open that top door. Needless to say,
Yes.
I think this Ilvash person is where we need to get hopefully out of here.
Yes, but now we have the dilemma. I will not leave Peacekeeper here. Does anyone else have a rod or a staff or something that they can use to connect these two?
Well, I already gave up my immovable rod for the first wires, as you recall. I don't have a second one, and we can't take that back.
I understand.
What is Gosa's staff made of? Is it wood? Is it metal?
Are you speaking to? I didn't hear you.
Sorry. Yeah. I'm just asking what Gosa's staff is made of. If
Oh,
it's wood or
Gosa's.
metal. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, my mic's not doing great.
It's made. It's Let me give me a second. You're going back and forth, Ixtihil, and that's sometimes I'm missing some. I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes I'm missing some of your words.
No, sorry, my mic's not great.
Roll an Arcana check for me.
Nat 20.
Excellent. You get inspiration for that. All right. You've recognized that as being a Voyager staff. I'll put here in the chat.
I do not know what that is as a player.
Well, the staff it's a +1 staff. It's a magical staff. Gives +1 bonus to spell attack rolls. Has 10 charges. While holding, you can spend a charge to cast, or a certain number of charges to cast Banishment, Blink, Misty Step, Pass Wall, and Teleport. All spells are completely warped in this reign.
And it is made of wood, metal, something else.
Let's call it is made of amethyst. Because why not? He had plenty.
Yeah.
Seems like a bunch of amethysts, little pebbles of amethyst pieces glued together with some very powerful glue. Are you taking the staff?
No.
Very well.
No.
I've
Big
got-
Fuel is not. He's just looking around for things that might help bridge the gap between the rods.
I've got an idea. And I'm going to take one of my dagger. I don't know. I mean, my only dagger. And I'm going to stab it into the wall and kind of wedge it so it touches one of the rods and say, someone do the other one. And we'll use the wall to conduct the electricity.
Very well. you're trying to carve something on the wall?
No, the wall is fleshy, right?
Yes, and every time you do some damage to it, just a few seconds later it regenerates.
But wasn't there like a sword embedded in it before?
A sword embedded in here? Oh, there.
Yeah, one of the gift sword was embedded in one of the walls upstairs.
Oh yeah, it was being consumed by a wall. It was half into the wall, half out.
I guess we don't know how
You want-
long it had been doing that.
You want to. So just so that I understand what you're doing, you're stabbing the wall and leaving the dagger there.
Yeah, I'm kind of like wedging
okay.
the dagger between the wall and the like, so that part of the dagger touches one of the rods, and then it's stabbed into the wall.
Okay. Roll a dex save for me.
Uh-oh. That's fine.
Very well. You take 14 points of lightning damage
Okay. Not a fan. The wall
as you
was not-
touch the rod.
Oh.
Did we establish before on the other rods whether or not they can like be wiggled at all?
No,
Or
they
are
cannot
they,
be.
like,
You established
invisible?
you cannot move them.
Okay. All right.
And anyone else wants to put the dagger there on the wall?
Arathis is just going to pick up his staff and revert it back to its normal.
Very well.
He's not leaving his staff there. He's not leaving Peacekeeper here. So
Isn't there any other steel rods that Ghosta might have? As I look around.
Arathis just says, "Wait, I have an idea," and he's going to come up here and climb up the rope.
Very well.
And when he gets up there, he would like to search through the junk to see if there's something adequate to connect the two rods.
Yeah, it did look like there was,
Excellent.
like cart junk up there. Maybe there's like an axle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yes, there's some piece of machinery in that corner, some clockwork stuff that seems to be made of
Yeah.
metal.
Okay.
So you think there is this big cog, this big wheel-like cog that you think you could potentially seal the space in between the two by using
Okay.
this.
Well, then that's what Arathis will grab.
Very
And,
well.
Head back down.
And as you return and put the cog in place, you notice that indeed it manages to close the circuit, although it's not very stable there. It might fall as it vibrates a little bit when the electricity is passing through. But for the
Does
time
Arathis
being,
have a rope? Hold on. Arathis does not have a rope. He got rid of it.
I have a rope.
very well. You guys can wrap that around with the rope. For those doing that, please roll a dex save.
I will do it with a mage hand.
That's a 23 plus whatever.
No, actually, I
the-
guess the mage hand would just get dispelled when it got damaged. Never mind.
plus whatever the auras are doing.
Very well. And you take 11 points of lightning damage during that operation. But otherwise, the operation was successful.
Arathis turns around and says, "There. That should do it. Thank you for your assistance, Cthulhu. Now, shall you show me what you found upstairs?"
And Ixion gestures for the lead the way.
Very well. Let me bring you all.
Arathis
I
will lead
assume.
the way. I was like, Arathis doesn't know where we're going.
Lupo will go.
No, more of like a after you kind of gesture.
I,
I mean, you know
assu-
the way to the rope at least.
I assume everybody's going now.
Has it been an hour?
If it has been an hour, no.
All right. I can go. Just gotta avoid getting hurted. What are we gonna do about Gasa, guys? Are you just gonna leave him here? Nobody has a bag of
You have a
holding we can
bag
shove him
that will fit
into.
inside?
Well,
He won't
like I
fit in the
said,
bag of holding. He's too
He
big.
won't fit.
I have a bag of
I can
devouring.
reduce him. I can reduce him to get him in, and then he can expand it back inside.
But that might rip the bag.
He's not big enough
No,
to rip
it
the
just-
bag.
He just needs to pass through the entrance of the
He
bag.
doesn't breathe.
Yeah. If he passes through the entrance of the bag, you can potentially move him out later.
Above the table, what are you gonna do when it's time to get him back out? He's still gonna pass through the
I'll
entrance. of the
reduce him
bag.
again. Oh, I guess he wouldn't be a target anymore, would he?
Yeah,
No.
you can't target him inside the bag.
Unless you go in.
You just turn the bag inside out. No, yeah, just turn the bag inside out. He'll get hurt, but he's a statue. He's fine.
Eject everything back onto the floor. Exactly.
You're lucky I have sovereign glue on me.
Very well. So you want to reduce and put him. Does anyone have a bag of holding?
I do have one on me.
All right.
I will put him in my bag of magic, not the bag of devouring.
Very well.
Let the bag eat him. It'll be funny.
I guess
Well,
you're getting
actually-
Lumpa's good side, Arlith.
I debated on it. Because technically he's an inanimate object, so it'd be stored in there for a day before he gets spit out.
So
do I just put a stone statue of Gossa in my bag of magic?
how do you reduce him, Arlith?
I can, but I'll have to wait until after we, after I finish concentrating on the spell of True Polymorph.
Very well.
Alright, then I guess I'll have to wait a bit then.
All right. So the two of you stay behind as the rest of the party will go ahead. Manny Marco, you're going ahead or are you staying behind?
If
I'm gonna also, sorry, real quick. I'm gonna also try to telepathic bond again, if that's okay.
Very well.
so, everybody else is going.
Everybody else is already on the other side.
Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna stay here by myself. If that's the case.
You have Lumpa and Arlith there, or you can go to the other side to see what is beyond the door.
I'll tell Manny Marco, make sure you protect the others. They're gonna need that what's it called? Righteous courageousness that you can to slay all the heretics and whatnot.
Shows how well I'm liked. Yeah, I guess I have been told that go somewhere else and be a meathead.
No. You'll find some people so you can spread the word, Manny Marco. It's just only gonna be us. Plus, they're gonna need your protection from who knows what dangers lie past that door, including my follower. I trust in you and your sword.
Alrighty then.
Manny Marco, roll an insight, and Lumpa, roll a persuasion.
$25.
30.
Very well. Manny Marco, you think? I mean, you understand Lumpa, but you can't help but think that perhaps there's an ulterior motive to what she's saying, or maybe you're just growing paranoid by staying too long in this place. But yeah, it just doesn't. there's something about there that just doesn't suit well with you. But anyway, you decided. Ultimately, she was able to persuade you to go.
All right. I guess I'll head off with them then.
We'll let you know if we need your assistance, Minimarco. Thank you.
And as Loompa and Arleth stay behind, Arleth's concentrating on a spell. And Arleth, you want to cast telepathic bond just on you and Loompa?
Well, I was hoping to do it before everybody. Like, I was trying to do it a few times, and then the first time I did it.
Okay. So if you let's roll retroactively to before everybody left, and roll a flat d20.
I rolled it when it was a 7, and I can roll again though. 16.
All right. So who is in the telepathic bond? Everybody.
It fits 8, so I just said everybody except either one of the Githyanki. That we're doing the Githyanki that doesn't have the mind protection, or the other one, the non-detection.
Very well.
But either one of the other two, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Very well. Then with that,
and that's just 1 hour of mental communication.
Very well. And the rest of you head out. XTU, you have to lead the way.
Alrighty. This way. I remember where I'm going. Sort of.
Money Marco, you coming?
Oh. My screen, I'm like, waiting for the screen to change. And then I look over and the screen's still black, and I'm like, oh, it's just...
You're just the different part of the dungeon.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, it's taking a long time to load today. No,
Arathis stops. It's the Hugh. It's the Hugh.
Yes?
Please come here.
Yes?
What happened here?
You will have to take that up with Loompa. Or her friend.
You were here. I simply asked what happened. I didn't ask the reasoning. I just asked what happened.
I think it is obvious.
Who did it?
Again, you will have to take that up with Loompa or her friend.
Again, I did not ask intent. I simply asked who did it.
It is not my place to say.
So you defend this. You're protecting this. Ixtihu, I'm still speaking.
I defend nothing. I defend nothing. I condone nothing. I was here. This is true. It was not my action.
Very well. And Arathis will continue walking.
All right. And that double door is open in front of you, and you see all the...
Called you to the teacher called you up to his desk, Ixtahul, asking you what happened.
His answer was just, "Hey, it wasn't me.
And you hear
I didn't do it."
all the Githyanki unsheathing their swords as, together with Mr. L, as they prepare to cross to the door. Arathis, as you stand in front of the door, ahead of everybody, let me describe what you see on the other side. There's dark ichor that is spilling out of the corpses of 3 mind flayers, which the corpses are spread around this area. There are dozens of crystals that are set into the walls, and they gleam with inner lights. As you look around, you feel almost as if the crystals had some sort of a wisdom or knowledge to them. You feel strangely as if you were looking at some sort of a alien archive. You see, as you look at the mind flayers, you start to realize that these are perhaps librarians. Or you know what? Maybe you're just going crazy, Arathis. This place is just giving you crazy ideas. Well, the mass looks like the mind flayers were all killed, and it seems that they killed one another in some sort of gruesome fight. You can roll an investigation check.
From back here? All right.
Yes. As you're just looking at the scene, that is as far as you can go.
I've got Ixtahul's and many Ixtahul's aura. Does that help?
The aura doesn't help on the investigation check, so no,
It
that
doesn't.
no, it's only on saving throws.
Not many Marcos, Ixtahul's.
Even so,
Doesn't the
the
divine
mythic
mythic aura?
aura doesn't help with ability checks, just saving throws.
Oh. Oh, okay. It was the Constitution saving throw. Okay. All right. Arathis will call Ixtahu. Please, tell me what you see.
And Ixtahul,
What
you
do
can-
you make of this?
you can roll investigation as you look at the other side of the door.
Oh,
He's not here. All right. Okay. So, well, since he's away, seems like a perfect good timing for us to take a quick short break, 10-ish minutes, and we'll be right back, everybody. Let's take a quick bio break.
All right.
They just muted themselves again. I don't know if he did that backwards.
Maybe he's having some mic issues.
Bless you.
You're very funny.
I try.
All right. Ixtahul, you there? Can you hear us? Arathis, while we wait for him, Mr. L.
Yeah,
Mr. L approaches and he takes a peek on the other side, and he says to you, Now this is strange. It's almost as if this gruesome fight was staged. Can you see the position of the bodies? I feel like they were staged to look that way. Most of them seem to have been killed with sharp things and piercing things. Given the punctures on the back of that one, perhaps a trident. The other one I see a cut that was probably a very large blade, like a great axe. But you don't see any of those weapons on the ground. This looks like a trap.
You think someone is trying to trap us? Or you think they were trapped?
I think I think whoever did this is just trying to hide. Is just trying to hide who did it. So perhaps keep an eye out.
I always do. Thank you for your analysis, Mr. L.
And well, as you look further, you see that there is really nothing else here that draws your attention. All the other runes are getting ready.
With true sight, do I see anything?
No. But you can roll a perception check.
Okay. Nat 20, 34.
Excellent. You get inspiration. As you pay close attention to the bodies, you just see one of the bodies twitch. Slightly.
Which one?
This one.
This one. Do I think that they're still alive then?
No.
Is that in?
Doesn't look like they're alive.
Does it look like somebody moved them?
It is possible.
And my true sight doesn't pick them up.
No, you don't see anyone, but it's possible someone moved them. You wouldn't know.
Okay. I'll step forward. Cthulhu, Mr. L, Manny Marco, you can come over here and join this conversation. There's no need to stay back there.
Very well.
And Marco will head over after making sure the beholder is thoroughly dead. Just wanted to make sure whoever killed it,
Well, it doesn't have its central eyes, and it has a clear deep sulk in the middle of its skull. So yeah, it's very obviously dead and
Very
harvested.
Harvested?
Yeah. Someone really carved out its main eye and took it out.
How much is that thing worth?
Well, it's probably more for the properties than for its worth. Because the main eye of the beholder can cast anti-magic field in a pretty big area.
Does it still work when it's dead?
Well, I don't know. I guess you're gonna have to ask a necromancer or whoever took that from the beholder.
It'd be a cool item to have, just for both anti-magic.
And
all right.
And as you arrive, you're all standing there on the door, almost as if you are worried that this might be a trap.
Well, Arathis will look at Cthulhu and Manny Marco. He'll step to right here, and he will share what he observed, that this body twitched, and it appears that somebody may have moved it. Moved the body, but there's no one there, so it may have been through like a mage hand or some other means. So it appears that there's probably somebody inside there.
Anyone volunteers himself to spring the trap?
As a reminder, everybody, you do have a connection, telepathic connection with Lumpa and Arlith. They are on the other room while Arlith's trying to figure out how to.
Oh, that's right.
The telepathic bond
That's
is live, so we can talk to each other, and it can be part of the RP as well, Lumpa and Arlith, if you want.
My bad. Arlith, Loompa. It appears that the dead mind flayers. It looks like that this is all a setup. We've not entered the room yet, but I feel that it is a trap waiting to be sprung.
Well,
In typical fashion, Manny Marco has volunteered to step in and spring the trap, but I just wanted to let you know before chaos ensues.
well, at least put that sanctuary spell on him. You know how helpful it was when you did that to me. I telepathically say back.
Manny Marco, before you do that, I have an idea I'd like to try. And he's going to cast Tidal Wave into this room.
Excellent.
Which, oh yeah, let me and for the record, yes, that's 30 feet long, 10 foot wide, 10 foot tall.
Very well.
Just wave of water that just rushes forward and just blasts through, dealing 26 bludgeoning damage to pretty much everything.
All
Now,
right.
will we see any if there are any creatures in there? The water should make them. We should be able to see their.
Assume so.
We should be able to. Yeah, because the water will go over them and surround them, so we should see any outlines of anything inside.
So you said it's 30 feet, right?
30 feet long, yeah. So it's
Very well.
yeah, and he's casting it from like the doorway.
From the doorway.
So nothing within 30 feet. And only 10 feet wide, so
Very well. You
I
cast.
quite actually reaches the body.
You cast the tidal wave, and the wave goes through the room, splashes against everything, washes the bodies, and push all the bodies to the corner of the room there, and as it crushes against everything, and then this entire place now is the floor has about, let me call it half an inch of water. It's a big puddle. And all the bodies, I'm going to put here just an indication that all the Mind Flayers' bodies have been washed. Have been washed in there. Oh, that's not what I want. And they are all here in this corner. 1, 2, 3, and now you guys really have the impression that the bodies are twitching, or as they just, the bodies will roll to one way, and now afterwards you just look at it and it seems that they just rolled back. What the hell?
That is disturbing.
Well, time to investigate. And Pentapark will take 2 steps into the room.
Very well. And Manimarco, as you step into the room, you can hear the little splash on the water as you were stepping in, and as you are approaching the bodies, you can roll an investigation.
that thing that I have expertise in.
Very well.
29.
As you look at them, you feel that twitching is coming from the inside. There's something inside the bodies. Maybe worms? Maybe there's something consuming the bodies? Or maybe it's like mind flayer eggs that are hatching? What?
There are many types of worms and things that can be found inside the bodies of the dead, and none of them are good. So I'm going to ask if anybody is willing to burn the bodies. I do not have a long-range fire spell.
And
Fair enough.
XTU, I'm struggling to hear you.
Sorry, yeah, he's just saying, yeah, fair enough. And he's going to, what is the range? Oh, it's 120 feet, so...
Okay, you're gonna cast Fireball.
Yeah. No, he's gonna cast Moonbeam.
Moonbeam. Very well.
Yeah. And just, no, not it. Yeah, there we go. Gonna be doing that at second level.
What is the target?
Blasting. The target is just kind of directly between the two.
The two of them?
5-foot radius.
Very well.
Oh, okay. I guess it. Yeah. All right. Sorry. There's 3 of them. So he's casting it on the middle one.
On the middle one. Very well.
Yeah.
So
Beam of radiant light just blasts down on it and just starts cooking them.
very well. And as the beam of light is cast on that, you see that the body starts to twitch even more, and suddenly out of as the body is twitching, suddenly out of that body you see something is coming. First you see something yellowish in the distance, and then you see what seems to be a couple of ears, and covering Mind Flayer Ichor, suddenly stepping out of the body of each one of the 3 bodies. You see these 3 creatures, small creatures, just standing there, and they don't look like anything you have ever seen before.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
And
Oh my goodness.
and as they stand there, all you hear is what are they saying? Pikachu? Pikachu? What? What the hell is that?
Cthulhu. Oh my god, this is brilliant.
And 3 of them, one inside of each body. It seems that they just consume the insides of those mind flayers, and the 3 of them are standing right there on that on top as they stand out and look at all of you, and you can click on your tokens and roll initiative because you're about to fight Pikachu's.
I have to refresh real quick. The coming back cut off the corner of my screen, so I lost the the menu. There it is. It's back. All right.
Very well. Are you informing the others about the strange creatures you're finding here?
I will on my turn.
Very well. Role play is a free action. You don't really need to wait for.
Yep.
Well, I think Manamarco and
these...
you can see them from here, can't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Arathis can see as
Arathis
well.
can as well, but if you guys want to alert them, that's fine.
It rolled twice for some reason, but 15 is the first one.
Very well. Do I have everybody in the initiative? Anyone missing? Anyone not there?
Almost.
Arathis will say, Loompa, Arlet, there are these small yellow creatures that have tentacle. They look like squid faces, just like mind flayers, but yet they're not mind flayers. They're probably come up to your knee, maybe. The door's still open, so I don't know if you can keep the door. Oh yeah, come on up here. Join the fun.
I look to Arlith and I say, well, we'll have to have our conversation for another day. I really wanted to catch up with my old adventuring buddy.
Yes, well, new adventures, same deal, you know.
Hey, at least we're not-
Shall I
we're
wait
not-
here, or do you think we should all go? How much longer do I think is an hour?
How much longer is an hour? Oh, it feels like it's gonna be forever. In this place, it really does.
Time doesn't
Doesn't work quite the same. All right.
No, not really.
Well, I will head up as well then. We'll see. I'll try and stick back lines, but I probably won't make it there before the fight's over, given my speed. So.
Well, I'll keep you safe throughout. And then I'll say telepathically, we'll be on our way. It may take some time.
Very well. And with that, Loompa, you can move your token. Where is Loompa? Let's show.
Actually, could I switch my initiative with Manamarco with my feet? Do you want to do that, Manamarco?
Why do I want to go first? Yeah, sure. That's fine.
Alright, you take the 32.
Yep.
You guys are conspiring, working against me.
I'm sorry, I thought about you. They were like, you know what? Manamarco should go first. I'm looking at that initiative order.
I ended up rather far down, yes.
Very well. And with that, Money Markle, go ahead. What would you like to do?
Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to pull out the measuring tool and see how far that is. And I gotta. It's so dumb. The initiative box is in the way. I can't see how far it is.
You can move the box.
You can move the box,
click on
yes.
Yeah, 1 sec. I'm gonna move the box up. Move to the other side so I see it. Alright. Now. Okay, I can't make it all. Rapid approach. And then the guy in front is going to get 2 whacks with my very large, very shiny mace.
Very well.
One, a 34 and a 22.
They both hit.
All right, and then as a bonus action, I'm going to cast mind. I'm just going to do one more whack. I was going to cast a spell, but that spell's an action out of bonus action. So instead, one more whack. 30.
Very well.
Can I recommend you start utilizing your masteries, Manny Marco?
Yep. The first one gives it disadvantage on attacks, I believe, and the second one takes 10 feet off its movement.
All right. You gotta do a save, no? Or is on a hit?
Yeah, I think it's just on hit. I think.
Oh,
it's
you're
the
just
mastery
doing...
check.
Okay, very well. So one, it slows down 10, and the other one... and the
Disadvantage on attack roll.
disadvantage.
On its next attack roll.
Very well. So you have advantage on your next attack roll. So you can fish for the nat 20.
No, it has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
It has disadvantage. Okay, not you have advantage. Okay.
Yeah, he's sapping the strength from it with
Okay,
his mace.
very well.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, you gave it a total of... that's it. 34, 25, 59, 70, 83. 83 points of damage altogether, correct? So...
I'm terrible at math, so I'm going to say yes, you're correct.
And as you slash down this little creature, and you can hear it back saying... And yes, it seems you got angry. And then as it shouts, you've noticed that there's a corpse to the north. And another one just pops out of the corpse of the Mind Flayer to the north. Yet another one. And and yes, it seems that you're fighting 4 now. Manny Marco, is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Very well. Arathis, what would you like to do?
Arathis will... Oh, my walking speed should be at 90, correct? Yeah. You will step in 50 feet, so to that square here.
Yeah.
Take a look around. And, what is this here, Legend?
The insides of the body of one of the Mind Flayers that just got dragged all the way to the corner.
Okay.
The guts. Mind Flayer guts.
Okay. Which one did Manny Marco just beat the crap out of? This one right here?
Yeah, the first one.
Okay. Well, I will...
Yeah?
Did you tell us that there was another one, Manny Marco? Did you tell us where it was?
No, he just said there's more incoming.
Okay. Arathis will, they have not attacked him, so he will, patient defense. And he will just observe, and, with the intent of trying to learn more about these creatures, so he can ascertain if they can be reasoned with or not. So that is what he... I mean, he will be on the defensive, he will take a defensive stance, but he is watching to detect intelligence or any type of way to communicate with them. And that'll complete my turn.
They seem to be intelligent, as you can see that they seem to be not only intelligence, but you think like you think that they seem very alien. They may be able to talk to each other telepathically. Just
Okay.
like mind flayers, as you would expect.
Yeah. Well, we have mind blank, so yeah, that'll. Wait, do I want to? Hold on, I want to check. Do I want to, for my patient defense, if I want to use a, if I want to heighten it? No, I'm not going to heighten it, but I am at patient defense, so.
Oh yes, and Manny Marco, I forgot to tell you. You hit this creature 3 times, right?
Yes.
All right, and your foot is standing on water. Every time you hit this creature, you take 2d10 lightning damage from the static electricity around it, and that is 6d10 for the 3 attacks.
Do I observe that?
Yes, and so that's 6d10 for the 3 attacks, which is 34. As for the 3 attacks, so 34 points of lightning damage. But because you are standing in the water, I'm going to heighten that up into 50%. So I'm going to give you a total of 34 plus 17, 51 points of lightning damage.
Ow.
Okay.
Okay, I think
If Arathis observes
Oh,
that,
my health was not reset. I should have full health now.
Oh yeah, you should have full health. What is your full health?
Be at 284.
284. Very well. Let minus 51. Your current should be 233.
That makes a lot more sense. All right.
All right, and Arathis, your maximum is 303, right?
yes, that's correct.
All right, let's just make sure everybody's in that maximum. Ixtihul, what is your maximum?
My max is 123, but I took a little damage earlier.
So you're at
so I'm
112.
currently at 112.
Very well.
Yeah, that's accurate.
All right.
I will take an action then. I apologize.
Very well.
If I did observe that
Yeah.
legend, I will use shape water from
Yeah.
and I will freeze the water in the 5-foot square that underneath Manny Marco in an attempt to save him from getting that lightning damage.
The lightning damage happened because of that seems to be some static energy around the creature. Not because
But
of the
you said
water in
because
itself.
he was in water.
Because he's
I
in
thought you said
water,
because
it
he
got worse.
Okay, well, I will,
We'll remove the
but
bonus
still,
damage, though.
that will remove future bonus damage while he's standing in that particular square.
Yes.
I'm just trying to protect him. That's what I'm
Okay.
trying to do.
All right. So turn to turn his feet into a block of ice.
No, not his feet, just the water. I will freeze the water.
Around his
that he's
feet,
standing on.
which will turn into a block of ice.
Okay, fine. Then I'll shape water. Then I'll move the water away from his feet.
Very well.
If that's,
Yes.
if
That
that's a better solution, so I don't lock him into place. That's fine.
He's one step away from trying to shape water in somebody's lungs, as Legend.
Very well. You push the water away, and you.
Yes, if I see the lightning interacting with the water, I will attempt to aid Manny Marco by moving the water away from his feet.
Yeah, you do see the lightning bolt, the static, the cracking of the static going through the water, as well as the Manny Marco's body. Every time he hit it, you could just see the static just climbing through the weapon and shocking him. And also you can see his hair that is all the way up.
Wait, did they change patient defense in 2024? Didn't patient defense used to be just the dodge action, right?
They changed so much about the monk that let's just assume
Okay.
yes for the
Alright,
sake of it.
All right, so I'm using a focus point as a bonus action So I have disengage and dodge is what I have. So
All right. Very well.
for my bonus action.
Very well.
As everything else is the same. So thank
Excellent.
you. My turn is over.
By the way, usually, if the floor was covered in water and was a polished floor, you guys would be rolling dex saves, running around. But because this is a squishy floor, I'm not rolling that.
Well, I was intending on using Shape of Water, but when Manny Marco, you didn't make him roll anything, I decided not to. But I was intending on doing it. Yeah. Anyway.
Very well. Yes, it was. It's a squishy floor, so he just.
Okay.
As he runs around. All right, because everything here is brain matter. All right. So, Arathis, that's the end of your turn. XTU, what would you like to do?
He's gonna start by I still have a level of exhaustion, so I can go 55.
Very well.
And he is flying like 5 feet off the floor as movement. Then as bonus action, he's gonna use
15 or 5?
5 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's flying just above the floor.
Very well.
And then he's gonna wait. He's going to use Moonlit Step to just teleport the rest of the distance there.
Yeah.
It also gives him advantage on his attack roll, which he is going to take his glaive and slash at this this middle one.
Very well.
All right, so that is
That hits.
or does
The
a 24 hit?
The AC is 21. And you passed it. As you see, as you hit the creature, you can see there's some resistance. There's a sort of is it casting shield or perhaps some telekinetic bubble around it? But it has some ecstatic electricity, and when you hit it, you take 2d10 lightning damage back for 6 points of lightning damage, as you give 11 points of slashing damage on this creature.
Oh, it's getting more than that.
Excellent.
I've also got the. Apparently, I have to roll all the things separately on this.
Okay.
Sorry. Right. So that's 2d6 force damage.
Very well.
As well. So that's unless it's got resistance to or immunity to force damage. That's a total of 23.
23. Very well.
Damage it is taking. Yeah.
Excellent.
And I take 6 back in lightning damage,
Yes.
and I am inside of Metamarco's aura, so I am in bright light currently. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. What else would you like to do, XTU?
Oh, yeah, and then as a free action, he is going to just teleport 30 feet away with Blink Step.
Excellent. Roll a d4 for us.
in,
A d6.
slash,
Roll a d6 for
pop
us.
Oh, wait, shoot. I guess I should have rolled that on the way in as well, shouldn't I?
Oh, did you teleport on the way in?
Yeah, I used Moonlit Step, Moonlit Step on the way in, and Blink Step on the way out.
Okay. So in that case, yes, you should have rolled on the way in. Yep.
Oh,
You-
Horrors, yeah, they gotta give stealth to a different player.
So you roll on the way in, and you went to hit the creature, and as you were hitting the creature, you realized it's not there. It's just a figment of your imagination, and then you look around, you don't see anybody, and you're like, ah, oh, god damn it, you teleported. So roll a d6 again as you teleport away. Yep, you are You are on layer 5 of reality, while everybody else is on layer 2. So
this is gonna be fun.
oh yeah, and so if that consumed the charge on the edge, you can get the charge back. All right, and I assume that's the end of your turn.
Yeah. I think that's all I can do for this.
Very well, and it's now the turn of the Cthulhu that is right there in the middle, and the creature releases a mind burst. Everybody within a 40-foot radius of that creature, which I believe is just gonna be Money Marco, but let me see. No, you will get Arathis as well, not you, XT, because you're not in this layer of reality. And both of you gotta do a DC 18 intelligence saving throw to avoid the stun condition and 29 points
I
of psychic
stepped
damage.
away. My apologies, I stepped away. I'm not at my keyboard.
All right. You can roll when you get back. Manny Marco, please roll for us.
All right, what do I need to roll? Sorry.
DC 18 intelligence saving throw.
That I can do.
You have a +2. No, you don't. Because of the penalties of the exhaustion.
29.
29, very well. You've passed. You take 15 points of psychic damage. And you are not stunned. That's the good news.
We have mind blank, by the way.
Oh yes, that is true. So you take no damage. Let me give your 15 back. Thanks to the mind blank. It turns out that Lumpa made a good call with that. And with that, the creature looks at you almost as if it's puzzled. And then it's going to move, and it moves super fast. And it just rushes towards this side of the room here. That's a 40. Yeah, and it's flying. No, it's here. And it's flying, and it's about perhaps 20 feet up in the air. There you go. That's what that 20 means. All right, and with that, that's the end of that Cthulhu's turn. Arlith, what would you like to do?
I will run. Run my 25 feet here, and I will dash and run.
Perhaps Lumpa
rope.
should carry you.
I have asked Lumpa to do that before, but she has seemed unwilling or has not heard me.
Very well.
I'll get you this time, buddy. As I see you struggling up the rope.
I make it 4 feet up the rope, assuming it's 1-to-1.
So with the party engulfed in a fight with this strange creature, you guys are leaving Gossa behind, right? As Arleth, you're still concentrating on that true polymorph.
Yes.
Very well.
Yeah, we can get him back later. Can I do my legendary action?
Yes, you can. As soon as Arleth concludes, because he already started his turn.
Oh,
Arleth,
yes, my bad.
what would you like to do?
Yeah, well, I like I said, I dashed and then I climbed as many, or I guess slid as many feet down the rope as I could.
Okay, there you go. You're there now.
And that's all of my movement. And I took my action already, so that'll be that. Actually, do you... if I convert all of my turn to movement, how much is that again?
Can you dash the bonus action? Do you have speedy or?
No. I guess that was an old ruling. We had the full turn to movement conversion.
Yeah, you can use a legendary action to move. You can dash again as a legendary action.
Okay.
All right.
I will end my turn and I'll see what Lumpa does, and if after
Very well. Lumpa, what would you like to do?
That's my legendary action.
Yeah.
I rolled a 27 on my intelligence save.
Very well. You don't take any damage and you're not stunned. You don't take any damage thanks to the mind blank spell, and you're not stunned because you passed the save. And there's a
Recycling ready.
someone is kicking a lot of cans there.
I'm sorry, I meant to mute myself.
Oh, that's okay. Your character coincidentally is around a lot of trash.
No,
So
it was
yeah.
thematic. It was thematic.
So yeah, you are indeed.
People have been working to the left of me all day, so I've been quite a lot of construction noise, but
Very well. All right. So, Lumpa, you were saying you want to do a legendary action. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll cast my signature spell, Haste.
Yeah.
Get myself prepared to run as fast as I can.
Very well.
And I'll say telepathically, it should be only a couple seconds. I'll bring Arlith with me.
And let me bring you to the other side.
Oh no, I haven't done my turn yet to move.
Oh, okay. Aren't you using legendary action to move? Oh, you just
no,
cast
you
haste.
don't.
No, never mind. My bad. All right. So let me give you concentration and haste, and voila. All right. So it's Mr. L's turn, and Mr. L is just going to enter this, and he says, what the hell are these creatures? Oh, my goddess, protect me! As he marches in Blade Song, and he arrives here, and let's see what he can do against these creatures. All right. Oh boy. I guess he'll cast Magic Missile at third level. So with that, he will have 5 darts. So that's 5d4 plus 5. 5d4 plus 5. He gives 16 points of damage on the creature mid-air. And as the missiles are flying to the creature, suddenly they just hit a wall of force, and he says, as I suspected, they are able to cast shield. You guys may want to take that into consideration. And as a bonus action, what can he do as a bonus action? Have anything? Well, he's not gonna miss the step, so I guess he'll just stand there. Huh?
Is
No.
that a blade sing?
He already started. Oh yeah, he already started the Blade Song. So at this moment, he has nothing else to do.
Mr. Elk's position.
Oh yeah, and with that, that's the end of his turn. As a legendary action, Arlith, you can move now. If you want to dash again as a legendary action. You said...
Let's do it. Another 25 feet. Let's go.
No, dashing is 50 if you have 25.
Oh, right, yeah.
But however, you don't have 25. You have 20 because you are exhausted. You have a level of exhaustion.
But I normally have 30, right? I said right. Yeah. My normal walking speed is 30, so it's 25.
Very well. Yeah. So that's 40. Go ahead and dash 40.
Dash 50.
You have
walking speed's 30. I have level 1 exhaustion.
Oh, so you have 25. Very well. Very well.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So right about here is where I can get. That's 50 feet.
Okay.
And that'll be that.
Very well. And Loompa, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Bonus action, I'll Blade Song, and then with the haste and the exhaustion, that puts me to 140 feet.
Yeah.
And Loompa just gets on her mark and gets set, and she rushes right towards a rope, 35 feet right there. She climbs up the rope.
She climbs up and then she climbs down. She climbs down and then she climbs up.
No,
As the gravity plane shifts midway through the tunnel.
Would it be so fast I'd be able to climb and jump where basically the force...
That is fine. That is fine. Just
And then
I'm not going to be
she'll
too pedantic about this now.
Alright, so that's 45 feet. And then that is 90. Can I pick up Arlith while I'm running?
Yes, roll a sleight of hand to see if you can. Are you grabbing him on the back of the head, just like Mama Mapak used to do?
Would I have to roll animal
You know that extra piece of skin that the animals have on the back of their necks, where the mama carries them on the mouth.
Pick me up by
Is
my
there-
truck, so help me.
Is there where you're pulling him?
Roughly.
Yes, my animal handling knowledge. I mean, my Merkaba and all that. I know that there's some skin for me to grab. Does the 25 do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Arlet, for whatever reason, as it happens with all the animal creatures, when they are grabbed by that particular area on their nape, that extra skin on their nape, they actually go very quiet and they just stop moving. They just become static. They just as it feels like Mama is catching you again. So.
Well, I don't have my weapon out, so this is great. So I go another.
So Arlen is oddly comforting, I must say.
So I got another 50 feet left, so 15, and then 50, and then I'll dash. So that's another 140.
Very well.
And let's see, that's 30. That's 100. And then that is 40. And then with my haste action, I'm gonna dash again for another 140 feet. As Arlen,
He's just being dragged like the wind by the skin behind his nape as you just go like, oh! It's really fast, Arleth.
Boom, and then right here, right in front of everyone, I drove you right there.
You're gonna give me whiplash.
Very well. Arlen, I have to say, I have to ask you to roll for Constitution because that was a bit too fast for your liking, and you might just hurl on top of Arathis now.
420 feet in
What?
6 seconds.
Well, that's not a good thing. We pass this one.
You get used to it.
I guess with all of the buffs, making my con save should be relatively
Very well.
simple.
Yes, you've passed the con save. You feel better in Manimarco's aura, and you pass your con save. And Arathis, for a second there, you thought.
Move so fast, I lose concentration.
And Arathis, it seems that Loompa just brought Arleth all the way in front of you, and he almost hurled all over your new clothes.
I actually put Arleth behind me, so I'm protecting him since I know he's like concentrating. So I'll be, like, in
yes.
front of
Yeah.
him. Sorry, Arleth. I look at you and go, like, all right. I know I'm used to doing that, but I don't know if you.
Yeah, for a second it was quite comforting, and then, I need a second.
Oh, I'm gonna let you know something. I wasn't going my max speed.
Oh my.
Oh boy.
And I'll end my turn there.
Very well.
So my question is not meant to nerf what Loompa did. This is more or less. This is a question just for my clarity. If we're carrying somebody, it doesn't half our speed.
Well, how much do you weigh, Arleth?
Let me. It's in my notes.
If you are dragging someone, yes. If now, it would be the same as carrying a backpack, so I wouldn't rule that. If you're carrying something that is less than the weight of your backpack, so it depends on how much Loompa can carry. So Loompa can carry 165 pounds as carrying capacity, which currently she's only using 38. So as long as Arlet is within 127, should be okay.
Yeah, average weight of the Mopak is around 120. So.
All right. So yeah, that should be okay.
Cool. I was just curious. Like that was not
like
me
she grabbed
trying to say you can't do that. Yeah.
It's like
don't
she
worry,
grabbed the
that
backpack and just ran with the backpack. Arlet's not very heavy.
I'm just a little guy.
I hope I didn't give him whiplash.
You were holding me by my neck, so I mean, I guess that's the best spot to prevent that.
Yep, pretty much. All right, that's the end of your turn, I assume, Loompa?
Yeah, after running.
Very well.
We'll
And
be right back.
the Cthulhu that just came out of that monster there steps out, and except for Ixtihul and Minimarco, everybody's stepping on the water, and that creature is it seems to be communicating with others somehow, and is going to cast Chain Lightning. But here's the interesting thing about this. It will focus the Chain Lightning on... Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. It will focus the Chain Lightning on Minimarco. Then the Chain Lightning will jump... Oh, sorry. Will focus the Chain Lightning on Loompa. Then the Chain Lightning will jump from Loompa to Arathis. And to the Cthulhu that is up 20 feet in the air. And to Arlith. So, Arlith, Arathis, and Loompa. All three of you can roll a DC 18 dex save. Should be easy enough. With all these auras around. To avoid 50 points of lightning damage.
Oof, I rolled a 2.
As... Now, because those of you who are standing on water, those 50 are 75, because of your wet feet, and is I'm adding 50% because of your wet feet, and so Loompa, Arathis, you pass. Oh, Arlith is not here to roll. I think he said he would be right back. Anyway.
Oh, he did a con save. He needs to do a dex save.
The con save was for the vomit before.
Okay.
All right, so Arathis, as you are being electrocuted and taking 38 points of lightning damage, rounded up, and Loompa, you're taking 38 points of lightning damage. Do you have a resistance? So 19. Yeah, and then Arleth still needs to roll. Actually, they are being electrocuted. Ixtihul, you roll perception for me. As you are not a target.
Aren't I on a different, like, can I see them?
Oh, never mind. Never mind. My bad. Oh, wow.
How about,
All right.
I'm not really being zapped,
Manny Marco, you roll. You roll for me perception.
Can do.
Very well. Manny Marco, you just realize that creature can release a massive amount of electricity out of it, and it can mind blast. So it's really seemed like something that it has this static electricity around it, and it just feels like, yeah, it's like a... Is it something that eat mind flayers for breakfast? So yeah, it looks like you're starting to understand that this is definitely some sort of aberration, you don't notice what happened, but Arathis, Loompa, and Arlith, the three of you do notice that one of the creatures that took the lightning damage was the one that is flying up in the air right now. And that's the end of that creature's turn. And oh yes, the fun is not over, because all this commotion does attract the attention of more of them. And this one is going to run 60 feet as it arrives right there on the corner. There you go. And why can't you guys see the name?
I'm back.
Arlith, roll a dex save for me.
Can
DC 18.
17.
Excellent.
As a legendary action, can I cast protection from energy, gain lightning resistance?
Lightning resistance as a yes, you can as a reaction.
Reaction.
Oh no, that's an action. Very well, you can cast it. You have protection from energy for lightning.
Yes.
And where is it? Let's just put this.
As a legendary action, Arathis, is this the one flying? Is it how far away is it from me?
20 feet up.
20 feet?
Yes.
As a legendary action, what is the range for me to throw it?
Arleth, by the way, you took 38 points of
30.
lightning damage.
All right. Arathis is going to throw Peacekeeper at this Cthulhu.
Shall I make a concentration check?
Yes, you do. Yes, and DC 19.
That's dangerous.
And Arathis, what are you throwing at the creature?
We're fine.
Peacekeeper.
Very well. You gotta do a save, or it is an attack roll for you.
Well, I'm throwing to do damage, but then to stun it afterwards.
Excellent. All right. Did you roll already?
Nope, I'm doing it right
All
now.
right.
It's a 34
All right.
to hit.
Definitely hits.
And
Check as well.
here's the damage.
Yeah.
And I forgot that Exalted, the Book of Exalted Deeds does an extra 1d6.
All right.
So there's that.
Yeah.
And then they need to make a DC 24 con save or they're stunned. Oh, no, sorry. Wait. DC 23 con save is stunned. DC 24 con save is to see if they're toppled, if they become prone. So I'll knock it out of the air.
Very well.
So 2 con saves.
Oh my god, I'm going to screenshot this because there's absolutely no way you're gonna believe it.
The old rolled not 20s.
He just rolled 2 nat 20s. I'm gonna put it here in the chat for you guys so you can audit this so that the audience knows that indeed
Does he get inspiration?
that just happened. I don't know what that creature did, but it just rolled 2 nat 20s to pass those 2 con saves.
I'm gonna use my inspiration
Yeah.
to make it re-roll the whichever one was for the stun condition.
Very well.
Does the Cthulhu get inspiration for getting to net 20s?
It does not. And it's
guy.
stunned. And as it's stunned, its speeds drop to 0 and it falls to the ground. And as it falls to the ground, it takes 2d6 points of bludgeoning damage. 10 points. Very well.
And Peacekeeper flies back into my hand.
Excellent. And with that, that one just concluded by dashing there. We have another one joining the fun. Is gonna run right after that one. This one is going to, it's going to get right there. Very well. And with that, the one next to Mini Marco. Very well. It will release a Mind Blast. Everybody except XT Hugh gotta do a DC 18 Intelligence saving throw to avoid being stunned. Mind Burst. It's no longer Mind Blast. Mind Burst.
Okay.
And to... Well, because you all have Mind Blank, I'm not even gonna roll the psychic damage. All right, Mini Marco, you get inspiration from that.
Which I got real lucky with that. Intelligence is like, I'm pretty sure a +0 for me.
Excellent.
Smarter than a rat, at least.
Very well. And that's the end of that creature's turn. It's now the turn of Varakta. And Varakta says to you guys, asks Lumpa if you need help or if they should cover the rear, just in case something else comes.
I'll say cover the rear with Mr. L. We'll progress forward because we don't know how many of these are. Plus, you never know what's going to come from behind. They can go through the walls, too.
Very well. We'll keep guard.
And with that, I'm just gonna move all three of them because they are a division. So all three of them just gonna move here, and they're gonna keep guard just in case something appears. And they're talking telepathically, of course. And with that, that's the end of their turns. And there's one more who is going to run all the way over here, the little guy. As it says to you guys with that very cute voice that they have. And it seems to be communicating with the others, and whatever the hell it's talking, you have no idea. And it's going to release it's going to attack everybody in that little circle there, a 20-foot radius sphere. With synaptic static right here, and yeah, actually 20 feet it will catch Money Marco as well. Very well.
Oh,
Nice.
Wait. I already have inspiration. Who needs inspiration?
Anyone needs inspiration?
Yeah, I just used mine.
Very well.
Inspiration.
I'll take it.
All right. All of you gotta roll, all of you except Xthu, which is in layer 5, while everybody else is in reality layer 2. You gotta roll a DC 18 intelligence saving throw. Or, well, you would take psychic damage, but you won't. What will happen if you fail this, you're gonna have muddled thoughts for 1 minute. During that time, you subtract 1d6 from all attack rolls and ability checks, as well as any constitution saving throws to maintain concentration. You can...
Does that include me, since I wasn't in that, like...
I'll
yes,
use that
yes, it does
inspiration
include you,
that,
yes.
Actually, wait, hold on. I have a feat.
It's.
I'll use the feat.
I think.
I'll save.
What, legendary resistance?
No.
What about Mage Slayer with Guarded Mind?
No.
Yes, you were going to ask something, Mini Marco.
Oh, no, I wasn't. I didn't say anything.
All right. And Arleth, you pass thanks to the auras.
Yeah.
Yes. And Arathis?
I thought I had the ability to re-roll. Hold on, is it the bottom of this?
What are you looking
Out
for?
of curiosity, can I use a legendary action in response
Yes,
to
absolutely.
actions that I can't perceive?
Legendary action is not in response to anything. Legendary reaction is in response for you to take damage. So legendary action you can just take at the end of another creature's turn. There's absolutely no problem.
Okay, I'd like to use a legendary action to cast Starry Wisp just at the sky, and then teleport, or just blink step.
All right.
5 feet.
Excellent. Roll a d6.
And yes, I'll use my legendary resistance to succeed on that.
Excellent.
Save.
Very well. Xthu! All of you can see Xthu, by the way, but he can't see you. You are on layer 3, while everybody else is now... It continues to be on layer 2. So yes, folks, as as they are in the far realm, there is a superimposed, overlapping multiple layers of reality that just crumpled together. And every time they use a teleportation or transportation spell in here, there's a chance they may end up in a different layer of reality. And we earlier on in previous episodes, we have arrived at the conclusion that there are 6 layers of reality in this place. There might be more the deeper you go into the far realm, and because of the 6 layers of reality, that's why they're rolling a d6, and everybody's on layer 2 at the moment, while Xihyu is on layer 3. If you are in one of the upper layers, you can see everybody that is below in lower layers, like lower layers are 4, 5, 6, etc. And if you are on the lowest number of layers, 0, 1, 2, 3, you can always see everybody, but they cannot see you. You can't hear. No one can hear anyone if they are in different layers of reality. All right. So, Mani Marco, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Well, I think I'm going to smash you in the face. Repeatedly.
Very well.
With a blunt object.
Excellent.
28.
Very well.
And 31.
Both hit, and you take 29 points of lightning damage back.
Halved for...
Oh, half because of protection for energy, so you take 15.
I will also...
Don't forget he's not standing on water.
He's not standing on water, that's why I didn't add to the 29.
Okay.
And for the second melee attack, I will add a smite to it.
Very well. All right, so... Okay, give me 1 second. So, let me put it here. Oh, no. Okay. 1d8, it's not. And with that, describe your attack to us, Mani Marco.
He brings his large glowing mace down with a thunderous smite, causing the thing to disintegrate via radiant damage.
Very well. And as you do so, all that is left is a mushed, octopus-like yellow, viscous body of a Cthulhu on the ground. And the moment you pull your mace, you can already see that the ground of this, the floor here starts to slowly consume the body of the Cthulhu. Starts to absorb into the flesh-like, brain-like consistency that makes the everything in this maze. And what else would you like to do, Mani Marco?
I shall approach the next set and end my turn.
Very well. And you gotta do a concentration check for me, DC 10. Should be easy enough.
Okay. That's just a constitution, right?
Yes, it's a constitution save.
Hi.
Excellent. Arathis, what would you like to do?
This one has attacked, and this one, both of these guys have both done their mind spike thing.
No, these two have not attacked. They just ran here. The one sorry, this is not what I'm trying to do. These two have not attacked. This one has.
Has this one?
This one has, yes. This one is the one who threw. This one synaptic static, mind burst. These two have not attacked. This one.
Okay.
This
one I've stunned.
Yeah.
So
yes.
Arathis doesn't. He's okay with that one.
All right.
So.
And it's stunned until the end of your until the end of this turn, right? Correct. Is it stunning strike, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So until the end of on a fail, it's DC 22 con save, and a fail save the target is in stun condition until the start of your next turn. So it's no longer stunned at the start of this turn.
All right, then he will. Well, first thing he will do is he will take on his draconic form, draconic flight.
Yeah.
Which is once per long rest.
Very
and
well.
He will hover 5 feet in the air.
Excellent.
And he will move forward and smack this one over the head with a stunning strike, or damage, stunning strike, and topple. So that is a 27 to hit.
Yeah, that will hit.
For that much damage plus 6, and I need 2 con saves. The 23 to avoid stun and the 24 to avoid going prone.
Very well. First, as you hit with the 27, you take 2d10 automatically back from the static shield, the static electricity around it. So you take 12 points. You take 12.
So throwing might be the better option then. Okay. I just learned.
Yes.
I take 12.
You take 12. The creature, the 27 will hit. The creature takes, that's 26, right? 26 points, or you're attacking with both hands? 29.
No, just one hand. Just one hand.
Very well. 26 points of bludgeoning damage, and you said a con 22, correct?
24, 23, and 24.
Good thing they get a subtraction with their auras, right?
Yes. And it failed both, of course.
Okay, so he's stunned and back on the ground.
Very well. He was not flying anyway. He's just back. She's just stunned and prone. That's a topple, right?
He's already on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's stunned and prone. Very well.
Okay. All right. So, learning that, Arathis will step forward to here, and he will throw Peacekeeper at this one.
Excellent.
To avoid that backlash. 23?
Yeah, that will hit. Yeah.
Okay. So that plus 6 and those 2 saves. 23 to avoid stun and
It's 23 or 22? Because I'm looking at stunning strike as saying DC 22 con save. In any case, I'm rolling the dice.
what was that?
I'm rolling the dice, but it's. I just want to double check if it's 22 or 20. Hello, can you hear me? Arathis? Yes, can you guys hear me? Okay, Arathis is cutting off. All right. Anyway, fail both saves.
Okay,
So
I'm sorry. You failed both saves.
yes,
I have it as a 23 for stunning strike. Were you saying it was different?
yeah, I'm looking under features and traits, and when I go under stunning strike, it's saying DC 22. Strangely enough.
Did I do the math wrong?
I'm just looking at your features and traits, and if you go to stunning strike, it's appearing as DC 22.
Okay, then I will adjust.
In any
my
case, it
math
failed.
within the description. All right.
And
Okay.
with that, it's stunned, right? Stunned and toppled, and prone.
Yeah. Yep.
Very well.
And let's see. I will come over here and throw it at this one here.
Very well.
That'll hit. And so that's
Yeah.
the damage, and then we're looking at a 22 to avoid stun, and topple is 24.
Excellent.
Let me
Unless
look at my math on topple, but
failed both as well with your auras that subtract as well. So that's a total of 23. I'm hearing some. I don't know if it's someone has a TV or something in the background, or perhaps has a YouTube in the background. All right.
it was me. I'm watching a soccer game.
All right.
So I went there, then I went there, then I went there. So that's 45.
Yeah.
So, all right. I just wanted to count. So these guys haven't attacked anything yet. Here and here.
Yeah.
Which means, according to my code, I cannot attack them.
Very well.
mm, So that's 3 attacks. What can I do with the bonus action then? You know what? According to this, Draconic Flight is a bonus action, even though it doesn't say.
Yeah.
It's listed under bonus action when I click on bonus action, so that was
Okay.
my bonus action.
Very well.
It doesn't. Oh, okay. When I click on it. All right. So how high up how tall is this place?
How tall is this area? You'd have no
'cause I'm
idea.
fly- 'cause I'm
If you fly about 60 feet up or so, you enter in an area of pure mist, this greenish purple mist. And as you guys verified in the past, but yeah,
It'll
there's
just
no
send me
roof.
back to the front.
You just fall from
Oh,
it.
I didn't remember that. Okay. All right. He'll go up another 10. He'll come over here. No, actually, I want to be out of away from those guys. I have another 45, so he will. He'll come right there. And I'm 5 feet up. Oh, but we can do the chain lightning crap. So I can go 45. Oh, it doesn't matter where I go. Yeah, I'll just go hover above this body right here.
Very well.
15 feet up. And that
15.
will complete my turn.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Very well. Xthu, what are you doing?
He's gonna start by using moonlight step to just move a few feet. And
Very well.
I guess I can.
Roll that layer again. You gotta
Yeah.
roll a 2. You're in the same place. You still can't
Yeah.
see any of your buddies.
And in frustration, he's just gonna shout. And
I look behind me to see that.
Yes, you can see him behind you, but you can't hear him. You can see him screaming, but you can't hear him. So you know he's in a different layer.
right, they can see me. Okay, so he's going to once again cast Starry Wisp at the ceiling, which, for the record, means you're all getting a nice little light show, because that shatters on the ceiling, and or I guess no, because as we just discussed,
It's
feeling
missed.
is
Yes.
obscured. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it disappears into the. But you see the little
The
mote of
blinking,
light go
like
off.
yes.
Yeah, and he then blink steps back to where he was. So
Very well. Roll that d6. You're still the same place. Oh, boy.
where I'm cursed. Didn't this happen
Unbelievable.
last time we did the whole like?
Yeah, you guys took a
teleport
long
between
time to
layers
have everybody in
thing?
the same layer. Yes, it was a long time.
Yeah. Oh man.
At some point, I
Alright,
had
well-
you guys in 4 different layers. Yes, that's all fun. All right.
Not really much point in me flying around because I can't actually see where anyone else is. So I think he's just gonna hold there, and that's his
Yep.
turn.
Very well.
Frustrating.
And it's now the turn of the Cthulhu that is stunned there and prone on the ground. It has 0 hit points, so 0 hit points. It has 0 speed, so it can't do. It can't get up, but can, because we've rewritten the stunned and the paralyzing condition in our campaigns. In terms of action economy, a creature that is stunned or paralyzed can either take an action or a bonus action, not both, and they can't take reactions. There is, if they cast a spell with a somatic component, there's 25% chance that the spell will fail. All right, so when they are stunned. So in this case, well, this creature doesn't require material components. It doesn't require components at all to cast its spell. It's innate psionics. It's going to cast chain lightning.
I counterspell that. I
How?
hold my
It's
hand
not
up.
using any components.
Oh, okay, my bad.
So it just discharges on the ground chain lightning, and it's going to aim. Is going to aim on Lumpa, to jump to Arleth, to Rathis, and back to itself.
Then I will cast absorb.
And-
Elements.
And Manny Markle, you can roll the perception check because the others are too busy being electrocuted to notice that. And I'm going to roll also for Mr. L a perception check to see if they notice something. Oh, look at that. He rolled a 4, and he didn't have
15.
advantage on that.
In
15.
reaction, can I cast absorb elements so I can get even more resistance?
Yeah, so resistance doesn't stack, so won't change anything.
Oh, it's not stacked.
No.
Oh, never mind then. I'm not going to do that.
All right. So, so you pass anyway. With you have inspiration if you want out of that, if you need.
Anyone else need it?
Arath passed. Arleth, you've passed into the auras. And with that, oh, let me calculate the damage. So the damage is 66 to Lumpa and Arleth, which becomes 33. Lumpa, you have resistance, so goes down to 17. Arleth,
And
you don't
then-
have resistance, right?
No.
So you go down to 33 to you. Arathis passed. To you, it's 44, the total, because you are in the air, not touching the water. You've passed, so you take 22.
Can I use my legendary reaction then?
You just give me 1 second to finish resolving this. And then one bolt goes back and arcs back into the creature that is on the ground. And Manimarco, you've noticed something. As the creature electrocutes, this is the second time that creature gets electrocuted by a chain lightning ability that just bolts around everybody, and you've noticed that as the lightning hits the creature, it feels invigorated. You notice that the creature is getting more invigorated and it seems to be recharging itself. by that as it's getting stronger. But Marco, you think the lightning regenerates them?
Oh, that's not great.
And since there are several of
Okay.
them, if they keep casting this over and over and over, they can pretty much keep healing each other every time they electrify one of them. So I mean, they're not very strong against demigods, but they can't be very resilient unless you smush one to the ground like you did to that one. They can. I mean, chain lightning can heal them for a significant amount, and that one was touching the ground. So because of the water, it got healed by probably a bigger amount than you would expect. And on that note, that's the end of that creature's turn. Arlith.
I'll use my legendary reaction since I took damage.
Very well,
He's
but
going to
before
try
that,
out
you
the-
and Arlith
the
have to
watch out for the healing.
roll concentration checks for me. Arlith,
yeah.
for you it's an 11, and for Lumpa is a 10.
I use my inspiration.
Very well.
I get 26.
Excellent. Both of you are still holding concentration. Go ahead and roll your do your legendary reaction, Lumpa.
I'll just do recover vitality and roll 4d10s to see how much health I get back.
Very well.
It was not in my thing.
30 HP.
Legend, I have evasion.
30. Yeah, of course you have evasion. You are a monk.
wasn't-
So yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't on my first page. It was hidden somewhere else.
Oh yes,
So I
they
didn't
did
even
that.
see it.
Oh yes, that is fine.
So I haven't seen it until just now. I was like, I
That's-
know I have it, but it wasn't on my
of course.
first page.
You pass, you take no damage. That's passive, so that's fine. I gave you 22, so I'm giving you 22 back.
So what's that put me at? I mean, I took damage
you are-
last time, but it's
you are-
fine.
You are 253. You took damage that time, but that was not a dex save. Was because of the static shield.
No, from the chain lightning. I passed that one, the first one.
You passed that
I
one.
took damage also. Yeah.
All right, that was 75. You've passed. It got down to 38. So I'm gonna give you 38 back. There you go. 291.
291. Okay, great. Thank you.
All right, Arlith. Lumpa.
real
Your
quick
legendary
before we-
reaction was
I just did I did my boon of recovery. I can spend a bonus action to recover part. I have a pool of d10s. I use
Okay.
4 of those d10s to recover 30 HP.
and you
I
are
have
236 now.
Yep.
All right. Very well.
Real
Arlith.
quick, as
Yeah?
a legendary action, I'm gonna cast another Starry Wisp at the ceiling and try to. Never mind. Ignore me.
This is some bullying.
Oh, that is sickest bully. You change your dice. Change your dice by all means, XT.
It is a
Don't-
cursed D6.
Don't roll in roll 20 anymore. Roll in D&D Beyond. Try to use a different die.
Go to your closet and get the Monopoly box. out.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Seriously, that is just wrong.
It's just mocking you. It's like the turn 3. Arlith, what would you like to do?
Let's see. I will cast a firebolt at the nearest Cthulhu.
Very well.
I did not mean to move myself. Let's measure, please. It hits. I mean, it's within range. So here we go.
This one.
Oh,
Very well. That
that's a 7. I always think that looks like a 1 every time it comes up.
that won't hit. It hits his little wall of force around it.
Oh,
And
right,
Mr.
I forgot
L
about
tells
that.
you,
Can use,
no, he
you
has
can use
shield.
my,
Yeah, I
use my
got it,
inspiration.
Mister. I remember now.
you can use my inspiration. You can reroll.
Okay. I also have inspiration, but
Then use your own.
yeah,
I'll
I
keep
know.
mine.
That's a little bit better.
Very well. Very well. So 32 will hit. Roll damage, please.
That's not great. That's fine.
And you've noticed that you've burned the creature. Yes, it seems a little bit scorched on the back as it's laying down there on the ground, kind of hugging the mushy ground and the puddle of water that it stands on.
That's what he gets for shocking me, and then I'm gonna run 25 feet back. All right, there. And hopefully I'm not really out of range or anything, but anyway. And that I will bonus action.
Yeah.
Inspire Arathis.
Yeah.
So it's take your bardic inspiration. It's a D12 now, level 20.
Excellent. Wow, I feel like I need a new bar for all the modifiers you guys are getting. Because that is
use the bardic inspiration that often, which is like the biggest part of being a bard sometimes, but.
Oh boy! Look at Arathis. Arathis has I can't even zoom in enough to get to see. Yes, exhaustion, mind blank, non-detection, telepathic bond, flying, altitude, and bardic inspiration. D12.
That's a monk for you.
Yep, pretty much. Is that the end of your turn, Arlith?
Yes.
Very well. It's now the turn of Mr. L, and he's going to attempt to attack this creature. Let me see if he can do a better job than what he did. Well, he figured out it had shield before. I guess we can give him some credit. Let's see what he can do. He of course he wants to show that he can do something useful to his goddess. Oh boy. What is it? Roll 20. Help me out. Come on. Suspense. Oh, of course he gave me an error. Roll 20 sometimes can be a lot of fun. They're still trying to figure out how to sort it out. All the things that they have done to adapt to the 2024 books. All right, so let's try this one more time. Very well. Okay. He looks at Lumpa and he says, "My goddess, most of my spells and abilities seem to be useless here. I have most lightning damages and things, but there is one thing that these creatures not expecting." And he can make 4 arcane burst attacks. So he uses the raw energy of the force to release 4 lightning-looking arcane bursts into this creature on the ground. It has disadvantage, however, because the creature is prone, and this is a ranged attack. So here it goes. 13 will miss, 16 will miss, 14 will miss, and 11 will miss. So as he's trying to show good work to you, Lumpa, I must say it does feel a little bit as he just hits there, and nothing hits the Cthulhu, and you're just looking at, and I must say you're not very impressed. Perhaps this is not the champion you thought it would be.
Perhaps this mistake will show wisdom. I have made many mistakes as well, but you will find another way. Watch what I have prepared.
And
Meanwhile, Arathis is looking over at him and nodding. I approve.
You get inspiration, Arathis.
I already have it. I'll give it to him though, because that's rather appropriate. Give it to him instead.
Give it what to the
Already
NPC? Okay,
To Mr. L. Yeah.
to Mr. L. Very
Why
well,
not?
very well.
No, wait, no, I don't want him re-rolling a miss. Hold on. No.
you want to give it to me?
No.
You want me to take it?
Yeah, I'll give it to Lupa.
Very well. And with that, Lumpa, what would you like to do?
Lumpa will walk over to right next to Manny Marco
Yeah.
as he's looking at observing the situation. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There isn't any others. I noticed, right?
No. It seems that well, there's one smushed on the ground that Manny Marco just turned into a dead squid.
Let me just double check something. Oh, good. They're all within range.
That rodent squid.
Lumpa will take out the Asmodeus right knife, and I don't think you guys have seen it before. It's just this dagger, this demonic-looking dagger too. It's like you can see imbued with powerful, devilish, and evil energy.
Yeah.
She just stops and focuses, looks at each of the 5 yellow creatures on the ground, and she'll use Steel Wind Strike. And just a flash, you just see her magically strike in melee-wise all 5 of these, and end up right here.
Yeah.
Since these 3 on the ground and it's physical, I mean it's melee instead of range. These have advantage, right? Since they're prone and.
Yes.
All right, so what I'll do is I'll do lucky for the first 2 since those don't have advantage to give them advantage. on my
Okay.
attack.
Okay.
So let me make all 5 attacks for a second.
You want to give them advantage?
No, I'm gonna give advantage on my strike.
Okay.
because- So I'm burning 2 lucky. So the top one does a 29 hit.
Yes, it does.
All right. Sorry about that. I'm going back and forth between my character sheet with everything. So that first one will take 46 points of force damage.
Very well.
The second one, that is, since I'm using a lucky for that, 26 again, so that hits. That'll take.
Very well. You take back from the first one 8 points of lightning. From the second one, 4 points of lightning.
So half because I'm naturally resistant.
Yeah. So you take it 6 altogether.
I'll roll all my concentration checks after this.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
And then the third one, which will be here, that one's naturally with advantage.
Yeah.
As you guys just see, like, this demonic energy go back and forth. Does a 21 hit?
It does, even with their shield. With their shield, they have 21.
That will take 43 force damage.
Very
One
well.
on the left, I attack.
So that one is stunned. So it's just a normal attack.
What do you mean by
Against it.
normal attack?
Well, you're using something that gives you disadvantage, which is still wind strike, right? And
They're melee spell attacks, not ranged.
oh, because you're teleporting before you do the melee. Okay, very well. So you have advantage. That's fine.
He's teleporting.
If he's
Wait.
teleporting,
That is true. He's teleporting at every step, which means that every step you gotta roll. You then teleport to an
to my
unoccupied
world.
space. Yes, you flourish the weapon using the casting, and you vanish to strike like the wind. Choose up to 5 creatures you can see within range. Make a melee attack against each target. On a hit, the target takes 6d10 force damage. You then teleport. So just at the end, it's a teleport.
Oh, sweet. So then I roll after I'm done hitting the other. Okay.
Yeah.
So then the fourth one, a 25 to hit.
Yeah.
That will be 33 points of force damage.
On the fourth one. Okay.
And then the last one, which is where I'll be teleporting afterwards.
Yeah.
I thought that was at the massively backfire, guys. Oh my goodness. Let's see, 31. And
For
that'll
31.
be- that one takes 27 points. So with the right knife, you just see Loompa just go pew, 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 and then right here. And then as she teleports...
She ends here.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, hey! Literally, welcome to my world.
There you go, Loompa. You are on layer 3 with Xtihul.
Oh. And then...
D6 weighted, Legend.
The
Oh,
what?
wow.
Sorry?
Is the D6 weighted? Are you playing with us here?
Nope. Not at all. Not at all.
I get damage passively from each of these guys from hitting them, right?
Yes, you do. You already took from the first 2. Let me give the other 6d10. Plus another 25, so take another 13. And you gotta do 5 con saves DC 10. Which pretty much...
I got a 26 plus 26 when in Wall and Blade Song, so I'll just roll 5 d20s and we'll see if I get a natural 1. Nope, they're all good.
Very well. And and with that, Loompa, finally, Xtihul, you are not by yourself on layer 3. Everybody else is late. Very well.
I'll move over. Do I hear Xtihul say that?
Yes, you do.
I'll look to him and I'll say, sorry, I'm going to try to teleport back into there, but good luck. And as a bonus action, I'm going to Misty Step right over here.
Very well. Roll a d6.
Please be a 3.
It's another 3.
Yeah.
It's another 3!
That's the 5th
Oh,
3! Unbelievable!
Maybe we start rolling these in D&D Beyond instead of
Actually,
roll 20.
I might do that next time.
Unbelievable.
With my remaining speed, I'll run back to it and says, crap, that didn't work.
Oh, Xtihul is a legendary action. You should teleport now. Roll in D&D Beyond.
I think I've already used my legendary action this round.
Oh, yes, that is true. Okay, so...
I used it to teleport, and I got a 3.
Unbelievable.
So he's just gonna cock his head and go.
Oh, boy. Unbelievable.
What if we all teleport and end up on level 3? Then it's just the same. We're fine.
Wow.
I got my haste action, actually. I know what I'm gonna do.
Very well. And it's now the turn of 3 Pika-Tulus. Let's the one on the ground. Let me see. He's gonna do this 40 feet. Yeah, he won't catch anybody except Money Marco. That's not fun. He's just going to help his buddy. So he's going to aim at Money Marco, chain lightning, and the 3 other bolts of chain lightning are going to go to the other 3 Pika-Tulus in there. So Money Marco, go ahead and roll a Dex 18 to avoid. 53, but because you're not standing in the original square that Arath removed the water from, that will become 53 plus 26. That will become 79 points of lightning damage you gotta avoid.
23.
Excellent. So out of 79, you take 40 points of lightning damage. Half because of protection from energy, so you take 20. And you gotta do a con saving throw, DC 10. While the other Pika-Tulus, as you can see, seem to be reinvigorating.
Yes, I literally can't fail.
You can on a net
Never
1.
mind, I jinxed myself.
With the not one.
Unbelievable!
Like that.
You got that inspiration?
Unbelievable!
Yeah, I do. I do have that
It's-
inspiration still.
It's like the dice heard. The dice gods heard you and they said, yeah, you can fail.
That's classic overconfidence.
Oh
It's
boy.
killer.
Very well. You keep that
Very.
concentration going. Protection from energy and the other Pika-Tulus seem all to be reinvigorated by the electricity of this one. And that's the end of this little guy's turn, and the other one will release a it will release a synaptic static on you. And you gotta do an intelligence, DC 18 intelligence save to avoid having muddled thoughts for 1 minute. During this time, you subtract 1d6 from all attack rolls and ability checks, as well as constitution saving throws made to maintain concentration. Intelligence save 18, Money Marco.
It's just being a little slow.
Very well. And this creature is going to come all the way over here, 30 feet. And very well. You pass, nothing happened to you. And it's now the turn of the other little guy. And this one is going to run all the way over here. And will concentrate on his little jolt as he releases a lightning. Oh, that's a bit too large. It will release a lightning bolt across everybody here. Ooh, can I get? Yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. That creature just took. Well, Loompa is not in the same layer, so it's Money Marco, Arathis. Arathis, how high are you? How high are you? 20 feet. You're not 5 anymore, so it doesn't catch you. It will catch Arleth and Money Marco, as well as the little guy that is there on the floor. Both of you gotta roll a Dex 18 saving throw to avoid.
Natural 20.
Excellent. You get inspiration from that as you avoid. So that's 28,
16. But
because you are standing on water, that's 28 plus 14. 42 points of lightning damage. Very well, Money Marco, because of the auras you've passed. And both of you take 21 points of lightning damage. Money Marco got to do DC 11 Constitution saving throw. Same for you, Arleth, for concentration. So you keep maintain concentration.
What, like 11?
Yes, it was an 11 the DC. So yeah, it's pretty difficult to fail.
Had a 20 Constitution saving throw.
And you've noticed that the creature on your foot, Money Marco, is reinvigorated. Fun times. You're gonna have to crush them fast, guys. If you don't hit these creatures fast,
And
they can.
it doesn't help that Arathis won't kill them.
Yeah.
As a monk, I can easily beat the crap out of
You
each
can
and
be-
every one of these guys.
Yeah.
But because of my character build, he will not.
That is
The
correct.
easy strategy is just to hide behind Arathis, let him stun them, and then just like poke them.
So yeah.
No,
like
because
that
the
very
chain
much
the chain lightning will still.
The chain
Still
lightning
go to you guys.
will recharge them, will regenerate them. So as they keep casting electric spells on you guys and on themselves, they keep healing each other. Also, they seem to be talking telepathically. As you can see, that the way they move in the field is being strategically positioned in a way that they can recharge each other if needed be, as you guys just defeated one of the 6 of them. So it's very. Arathis, answering your earlier question, they seem to be very clever little creatures. Although they don't seem to speak anything else except that sound they keep making. Telepathically, maybe they can speak deep speech or something like that, like most aberrations. So that's what you can anticipate. And they seem to be very strategical. They are predators, after all, predators of mind flayers. So they're used to fight tough opponents. And with that, that little guy there ends his turn. And
legendary action.
By all means.
I will try, and I'll say, adios, 60 who, and I will Misty Step right into there.
Oh boy, that's gonna be a 3 again.
I'm gonna go on D&D Beyond this time. Actually, it was a 6.
Very well. Got even worse. Now you can't see Xtihul. You can't see anyone. You can see anyone, Lumpa. You're now on layer 6, Xtihul on layer 3, everybody else on layer 2. Unbelievable.
So we started on the second layer? What's on the first layer?
No, you started on layer 1. Ziltar was on layer 0. He's still there. Who knows? He might still be alive. And you guys started on layer 1.
Yankee, we're on level 2.
Gitianki were on layer 2. That was when that was where Lumpa met them.
We did the big teleport thing.
Yes, and you guys kept teleporting over and over and over in order to try and get rid of this. Oh, that moonbeam is no longer there.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Anyways, legendary action bonk.
Legendary action bonk. Go ahead.
$25.
Yes, which one? The one on the ground?
Yes.
In front of you, then you have advantage.
Well, I will roll again for net 20, even though I already rolled damage.
Yeah, fish for net 20. Alright, that still hits 25 points of damage. Very well. So guys, like fighting any creature that has regeneration, you want to dish out damage faster than they can heal themselves. Otherwise, this, just like that Hydra you fought on session 0, you're gonna have to figure out how to kill all these heads here faster than they can heal, and they can heal really fast. So that little guy there that is on the ground is going to do is going to do a mind blast, and Manuarco DC 18 intelligence save against the mind blast. Mind burst now, as they call.
25.
Excellent. It tries to stun you. It fails. You don't take, because of the mind blank, you don't take any damage. Turns out that the advice that the mage gave it to you to have mind blank cast on you, and that he was doing that every day with himself and his buddy, that he was scribing mind blank and non-detection spells, spell scrolls, so he could cast on Gossa and Loarnizel could cast on themselves every day. Turns out that it was good advice. You still don't know why the non-detection spell, but hey, the guy knew better than you did through experience. But at least for the mind blank, it seems that it's paying off big dividends, because by this time you guys would be taking a lot of psychic damage. And that's the end of that creature's turn. And on that note, we're back at the top of initiative. Does anyone want to declare a legendary action before we close the session? No? All right. So with that,
I'd like to, but I think I've already used.
You already used yours? All right.
Yeah.
Very well, everybody. For those of you watching, thank you very much. It's a pleasure having you with us. Thank you for watching. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. You'll receive a notification every time we're live. We're live every week. Fridays and Saturdays, we're streaming campaigns now every week. Thanks, everybody, for joining, and have a good night.